With the Shaw Stewart Stadium here on the campus of Weber State University. We're just about to get underway. Monticello won the coin toss, and they said, we want the football. They're going to receive in the north end zone. Rich Rebels will be kicking off, so we'll have your Bear Lake Physical Therapy kickoff here in just a moment. Quickly, the starting lineups, and since Monticello is receiving, we'll give you the Monticello offense. That's going to be up front, the lineman left to right. Tackle to right tackle, junior number 71 Isaiah Sheeran at 6'1", 170. A junior at 5'9", 185 Nathan Moore. A senior number 52, 5'11", 172-pound Dustin Christensen. Tobin Esplin is the right guard, number 55, a junior at 5'9", and number 63, a senior at right tackle. Brandon Musselman, 5'6", 165 pounds. Here's your kickoff. We'll give you the rest of the starting lineups, brought to you by Randolph Country Store in a moment. Fielded by Malloy, goes to the far side, fakes the handoff. Rebels cover that, and Clark nails McCade Malloy back about the 10-yard line. As Dakota Clark, excuse me, not Dakota, that's Kyler Clark. Dakota played last year, of course. He's just left for his mission a week or so ago. What a stop by Kyler Clark way back at just outside the 10. They're going to spot that at the 12-yard line, and that's where Monticello will take over 1st and 10 to get this game underway. Again, starting lineups are brought to you by the Randolph Country Store. We may be small, but we have it all. The Buckaroos with trips to this near side. McCoy takes the snap, give up the middle on that trap that Coach Brown was talking about moments ago. Eldridge pushes forward to about the 14 and a gain of 2 yards on this first play from scrimmage in the semifinals of the state championship. Rich Rebel defensive starters, let me finish the Monticello offensive starters. Quarterback is number 3, McCade Malloy, a 5'9", 150-pound senior. Running back, number 23, senior, 5'6", and that's Cole Eldridge at 167 pounds. He carried that ball last time for 2 yards. It's a 2nd down and 8. McCoy steps back, looking to throw deep down the far sideline and way overthrows his intended receiver, who was Brian Tanner. And Joseph Leifson out there on the coverage. The pass incomplete. Wide receivers are Brian Tanner. He's a 6'2", 165-pound junior. And number 5, a 6'1", 165-pound junior, Alma Bay. You've also got a senior at 5'9", 145, Parker Lewis, and a junior at 5'8", 125, Andrew Torres. 3rd down and 8 for the Monticello Buckaroos after that incompletion on 1st down. I formation. Malloy pitches out to this near side. Eldridge picks his way forward back to the line of scrimmage. He's hit hard, drives to the 15, but he's wrapped up and dropped after a gain of 1. And that first possession, I think Monticello wanted to do what AP said during our scene set earlier today, wanted to get the ball first, make a little bit of a statement. It doesn't look like they're going to make that, facing a 4th down and 7 on their first possession of the football game from their own 15-yard line.
Instead, the statement made, Ryan, it looks like, by the Rich defense.
That's A.P. Harold, the fine voice, play-by-play voice of the Evanston Red Devils, joining me here today, running the camera and helping me out with some color analysis. Here's the punt, a low line drive, not a good punt. Gets off, initially takes a Monticello bounce, and then toward the far sideline. It's out of bounds at the 39-yard line, and Rich will have excellent field position to start their first possession of this football game at the Monticello 39.
That can only be called a shank, and tremendous field position for the Rebels as they look to, as Ryan said, capitalize on a great defensive stand on the Monticello 39.
That's been the Rebel strength all season long. The defense ranked number 3 in points allowed this season in the entire state of Utah. 3 in the backfield with it looks like Clark was back there. The pitch goes to Leifson. He follows his blockers inside the 35, the 30, and finally brought down about the 28. An 11-yard gain for Leifson, and the Rebels a much better start on their first play from scrimmage than Monticello had.
Always encouraging to get off to a good start in your first offensive snap, and the Rebels much more than that, picking up 11 yards.
Kyler Clark was sick for a lot of this week. He looks to be back out there fine. He made that opening tackle on the kickoff down at the 10-yard line or the 12-yard line. He's on the field now in the I formation right in front of Cash Saby. Here's the snap, give to Saby, bounces outside. Big block from Clark. Saby to the 25, rolls through at the 20, and finally down at about the 20, the 19-yard line is where they'll spot that. A good tackle made on that outside by the defender of Monticello. I think that might have been Brian Tanner, the junior, out there, but a 9-yard gain for Saby.
Good combination of power and speed for the Rebels here on their first 2 snaps.
Football on the far side hash. Rebels inside the red zone of Monticello at the 19-yard line. A 2nd down and 1. 3 in the backfield for Rich with Saby, Leifson, and Clark in there. Give to Clark. Nope. Brown keeps it himself on the option. Come to this near side. Pitches to Leifson at the 15 to the 10. Breaks a tackle and down the sideline. Touchdown, Rebels. There's the signal from the official in the middle of the field. Joseph Leifson into the end zone. 19 yards for the score. And the Rebels lead 6-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard.
We're going to talk about quick strike, Ryan. 3 plays and you're on the board.
That is just how the Rebels wanted to start, and exactly, I think, what Monticello didn't want to happen, considering that, coming into this game, the Rebels are the favorite to win the football game. Leifson now with just 2 carries for 30 yards and a score. And Rich on the scoreboard. They're going to line up to kick this extra point. Leifson, I believe, has missed 3 extra points all season long. Somewhere in the ballpark of 37 for 40. Make it 38 for 41 as he boots that one through. And the Rebels lead 7-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Early on here, 9:12 left, first quarter. And this first quarter action is brought to you by Saby Trucking, Scott and Diana Saby. Stay tuned. We'll be back with the Bear Lake Physical Therapy kickoff right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Rebel Football on KDQ FM 98.3. Video online at kdqradio.com.
Eating, sleeping, breathing, moving. We all do it. It's called living. But as we age, those seemingly mundane daily basics take their toll on our bodies via oxidative stress. Fight back. Supplement with all-natural Pro Tandem, a revolutionary clinically tested plant-based formula proven to reduce oxidative stress by an average of 40% in just 30 days. You take care of your car, your home, your money, but what about you? Supplement with Pro Tandem. Click on the telegram to health that you'll find at any of the sites at mylocalradio.com.
Welcome back to Stewart Stadium here at Weber State University, where the Rich Rebels lead 7-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. First quarter action, 9:12 left in this first quarter. A quick strike for the Rich Rebels, and now they're going to boot this one away. The kickoff brought to you by Bear Lake Physical Therapy. Leifson boots it a couple yards deep into the end zone. That's an automatic touchback in high school football, and Monticello, well, actually, that'll help their field position compared with their last start, where they started from their own 12, this time from their own 20. 9:12 left here in this first quarter. Some quick Rich Rebel defensive starters on the front line. Senior Leakin Huffner, Porter Argyle, senior Riley Smith, and senior Wyatt Brook, all 4 seniors. Linebackers are junior Mitch Jarman, Kyler Clark, both juniors, along with Coy Brown, and a senior Cash Saby. We'll get you the defensive backs here in a second. Malloy up under center, takes the snap, quick trap up the middle to Eldridge, breaks 1 tackle, driving, pushing, and drives out to about the 23 for a gain of 2 or 3 yards. Looks like they may spot it right at the 24 for a gain of 4, and that's what Eldridge gives you. He's not real big, but he's real strong. He gets some good leverage and drives forward.
On that first possession, Monticello had 3 snaps and a kick, a punt. Rich had 3 snaps, a kick, an extra point.
That's right. Other defensive starters for the Rebels, free safety Riker Rex, a junior. Defensive backs are seniors Jaden Wallentyne, Joseph Leifson. I formation, here's the snap, and Malloy barely gets the handoff to his running back. I believe that's Anderson on the carry, and he was wrapped up before he even had the football. A loss of a yard. Kyler Clark in on the tackle, and I mentioned Kyler Clark was under the weather for much of this week. He appears to be playing just fine, or feeling just fine now. 3rd down and 7, football on the far side hash. Monticello going left to right from our view at kdqradio.com. Trips to the near side. Malloy, quick ride receiver screen over the middle, tipped by Jarman. It's up in the middle, up for grabs, and it's knocked down to the ground. Rebels had an opportunity for the pick there, but it goes through the hands of Mitch Jarman, incomplete.
Pair of 3 and outs, it looks like, Ryan, for Monticello. This Rebels defense, which hangs its hat on not allowing opponents much, doing just that early.
AP, the Rebel defense was number 1 in the state in defense last week. They gave Monument Valley a touchdown. That put the Rebels into 3rd. Had they not done that, they would still be the number 1 defense in points allowed this season. Here's the punt by Monticello. This time a much better end-over-end, fielded by Jarman, back at about the 43. Coming to this near side, across the 50, cuts upfield to the 40, the 35, and he's going to go to the 30. The 21 man to beat it, the 10-5, and he'll be knocked out of bounds about the 4. The ball squirts loose, but he was out and down at the 3-yard line. Mitch Jarman, a huge punt return, sets the Rebels up with another excellent opportunity to score here. And, boy, you got to hand it to the Rebel punt return team. What a job of blocking.
Ryan, everything's clicking for the Rebels. Their defense, their offense, special teams, and when you're the favorite, the better football team, and the other team is not getting anything going, that's why you see just over 4 minutes into this game, they're about to go up 2 scores.
55-yard punt return unofficially by Mitch Jarman and the Rebels from the Monticello 3. I formation in the backfield. Brown takes the snap. He's hit as he gives it to Saby, who picks his way forward, dives ahead to the 1-inch line, just shy of the end zone. A 3-yard gain for Saby, and the Rebels will have a second down and goal. Tobin Esplin in there on the tackle for Monticello. Rebels in the huddle now. They've run 4 plays now, 1 score, and looking for a score here on a second down and short. Inside the 1, second and goal. I formation in the backfield. Saby, the deep back, and here's a false start by the Rebels.
And about the only thing that can stop Rich this morning, Ryan, Rich.
So far, that is the case. The Rebels started from the Monticello 3. They got down inside the 1, and now a false start penalty. Penalties have been a little bit of an issue for the Rebels this year. They've been averaging, I think, 7 or 8 penalties a game. A couple, they've had more than 10 couple games, but it hasn't affected the wins column a whole lot. Second down and goal now from just outside the 5. Same formation for the Rebels, I formation with Leifson in the slot far side. Brown takes the snap, bobbles it, kicks it back, and he's wrapped up, and he'll be driven back to the 10. Forward progress will spot him out about the 7, and now the Rebels going the wrong direction for 2 straight plays.
And we talked about the momentum early. This could be big momentum for Monticello if they can possibly keep Rich out of the end zone here. Sloppy penalty, sloppy snap, Rich going the wrong direction right now.
Rebels back to the 7-yard line for a 3rd and goal. Football on the far side hash. We'll see what the Rich Rebels come up with here. Leading 7-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. 6.5 left in this first quarter. Brought to you by Saby Trucking. I formation in the backfield. Brown takes the snap. Looking for Muirbrook in this near side with the fade. It's up there. Muirbrook makes the catch. Touchdown, Rebels. What a job by Wyatt Muirbrook going up over the defense. I'll tell you, that was well defended by junior Andrew Torres, but Muirbrook, the height, the size advantage, he wins that battle.
Rich doesn't go to the air often, but in that case they do, and they make the Buckaroos pay 13-0, not even halfway through, Ryan, the first stanza.
6 minutes, 11 seconds left in this first quarter. Coy Brown finds Wyatt Muirbrook for the 7-yard touchdown strike. And Rich leads 13-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Line up to kick this extra point. A big part of this has been field position. Rebels started at the Monticello 39 on the first drive, at the Monticello 3 on this last drive. Leifson boots this one through the uprights, and the Rebels lead 14-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more first quarter action right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Rich Rebel football on KADQ FM 98.3. And you can watch live online at kadqradio.com. You can also watch us the same thing at mylocalradio.com.
If you or your friends are looking for a home or vacation home at beautiful Bear Lake, you don't have to wait any longer to live your dream. Bear Lake Realty has properties in every price range. Relax. Create memories for generations to come in your home or vacation home at one of the most beautiful lakes on earth. It all starts with a phone call. We will help you find the perfect home for you and your family. Call today, Gary McKee at Bear Lake Realty, 435-946-8888, or go to bearlakerealty.com.
Today's game brought to you in part by Bear Lake Realty. Visit Gary McKee at bearlakerealty.com. Leifson kicking off the Bear Lake Physical Therapy kickoff. Boots it deep. Malloy fields it about the 2-yard line. Heads straight up field to the 20, and he's wrapped up and brought down about the 25. And check that. It was not Malloy. That was Torres, I believe, on the return. And a decent return there of about 25 yards out near the 26-yard line. So Monticello with their best starting field position of the day. 6:05 left here in this first quarter. Rebels lead 14-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rich has had 2 short fields to work with. Split receivers with Eldridge alone in the backfield. Man in motion coming to this near side, and Mitch Jarman, the outside linebacker, just cuts into the backfield and cuts that running back down. It was Parker Lewis, the senior, who had nowhere to go as Jarman just shed that block, made the tackle.
Ryan, Monticello has no answer for the Rich defense. They've tried the power game up the middle with no success, and equal failure when they try to get to the outside.
Lewis loses 5 on that play. And it's a 2nd down and 15 for the Buckaroos. Ball on the 21-yard line near this near side hash. Eldridge alone in the backfield, trips to the near side. Malloy steps back to throw over the middle. He's got his man, and it's in and out of his hands. The catch was there, and that's his big-time receiver, Brian Tanner, or one of them at least. I think Andrew Torres is the leading receiver on the team, but Tanner just couldn't hold on to that pass.
And, Ryan, when you're the underdog, when you're down early and a ball hits you right in the hands, you got to catch the football.
Tanner, I was thinking that he was their second leading receiver. He does have 6 receptions for close to 100 yards this season, but couldn't hold on to that one. It's a 3rd down and 21 now for the Buckaroos. Trips to the far side, everybody spread out. Malloy steps back. I think they're trying to set up the screen. A flag flies. He throws to Eldridge, and Eldridge is immediately wrapped up and nailed to the ground by Mitch Jarman, the Rebel Jr., back at the 18-yard line. It's a loss of 3 plus that flag. I think the Rebels are going to decline this and say, let's bring on the 4th down. If it's against Monticello, and it is, it's a block, a chop block. Rebels decline that. A loss of 3 on the play. Back to the 18-yard line. It's 4th and 18 for the Buckaroos.
Tremendous job by Rich. No answer at all on the Monticello side for the Rebels defense. Ryan, their 3rd punt, and we're barely halfway through the first quarter.
Monticello's had 3 possessions, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out so far in this one. Jarman and Leifson back deep to return for the Rebels. And back to punt it away is Torres. He boots it high. Leifson, nope. Jarman fields it about the 50 on the far side. He comes to the near side, and he's not going to get much room. His knee goes down, and a nice tackle in the open field by Nolan Freestone, the junior. Got out there and wrapped Jarman up, brought him to the ground.
And how do you like this, Ryan? The Rebels' worst field position of the young ball game, their opponent's 45-yard line.
That's been a good story all year long. The Rebels' average starting field position this year, almost their own 45-yard line. 34 times this season. Prior to today's game, they'd started in the opposing field position, or the opposing team's field position. That's more than a third of the time the Rebels are starting in the other team's field with their offensive drives. 3 in the backfield for the Rebels. Here's the snap. Brown fakes the handoff up the middle to Clark. Now pitches outside to Saby, the 40, the 35, and runs through Malloy about the 33, and then finally brought down out of bounds about the 31-yard line. And that's about 14 yards for Saby on that carry.
The Rebels having their way, simply imposing their will on a Monticello team that they defeated earlier this year by 22, already up 14.
In that football game, the Rebels had a long road trip. There was a detour they had to take. Ended up being about an extra 2 hours in the bus. They got off the bus and had to jump right into the game, a slow start. They've not had that here so far this morning, leading 14-0 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard as Brown sends Leifson in motion. Brown will get the pitch out to Leifson as a flag flies. Whistles will blow this play dead, and I think this will be a false start on the Rebels. They're on a lot of dead ball penalties that they'll actually stop the play for, but that is one of them, and that's what the call is.
That's the only thing, Ryan, that's even somewhat hindered Rich today, a couple of penalties. But if they can keep up their progress, that should be no issue, as this Monticello defense has had no answer for the team in blue.
Back to the 36-yard line. Rebels on the far side hash, moving right to left. That's south to north here at Stewart Stadium at Weber State University. Wallentine out wide here to the near side with 3 in the backfield. Brown takes the snap, rolls partly to the left, ducks underneath a tackle, and then he goes down. Too much pressure as Brown dropped back to pass. And I think he was trying to look for Wallentine on this near side, who was double teamed, plus the pressure came. Brown loses a few yards back to the 41, loss of 5.
Yeah, credit this Buckaroo team. It's not a lack of effort. It's gotten them down 14-0 today, and on that play, they simply beat the Rebels and got the sack.
A loss of 5 puts the Rebels in a 2nd down and 20. They've got to get down to the 21-yard line. They started this drive at the 45. We'll see what they go with here on a 2nd down and 20 with Saby and Clark in the backfield. Leifson in the slot. Wallenstein wide to the near side. Brown takes the snap back, looking to throw. He's got his man. It's caught by Clark to the 35, the 30. Wrapped up from behind by a speedy defense. And I believe that was Alma Bay who made the tackle, but Clark gets clear down inside the 25, a couple yards shy of a first down.
Is a flag on the field, though.
Uh-oh. I didn't notice that. Back about the line of scrimmage. And I think Rich is backing up like it's something against them. A chop block on the Rebels. You don't see a lot of chop blocks. We've already seen 2 in this game.
And I believe that's a 15-yarder?
I think it is. 10? No, I think it's 15 yards because of the danger that it imposes.
Yeah, so that's a 15-yard penalty.
From the 41, the penalty, 15 yards. Puts the Rebels clear back at their own for the first time in today's game in their own field position, or in their own side of the 50, back at the 43. That's their own 43, and a second down and 36 now. I formation for the Rebels. Saby, the deep back. Brown steps back, looking to throw. Looks over the middle. He throws. He's got Wallenstein on the far side. He goes the wrong direction, trying to create some space, and he's about the 45-yard line where 6 or 7 Monticello Buckaroos wrap him up and bring him down. The whistle blows, and they'll spot this right about the 46-yard line. So a gain of about 11, 12 yards.
And I like that play call, Ryan. If you want to call 3rd and 25 more manageable than 2nd and 36, it's a tough sell, I know. But I like the idea. You're up 14-0. Don't try to get it all back in one play.
Wallenstein with his first reception of the day to the 46-yard line. Rebels with a 3rd and 25 now. After that 2nd and 36. Brown in the shotgun. Rare for the Rebels to be in the shotgun. He steps back, looking to throw. He goes down the far sideline. He's got his man, but just overthrows Lincoln Huffner. Huffner had slowed down just a little bit on kind of a double move route is what it looked like. Brian Tanner stuck right with him, but the pass was overthrown.
And really very fortunate there, the defensive back, the cardinal sin on 3rd and forever. Don't let anybody get behind you. Fortunately for Monticello, the ball overthrown.
So the Rebels on this drive kill themselves with the penalties. A false start and then a chop block drives them back, and now they're facing a 4th down and 25 from the Monticello 46-yard line, and Rich is going to punt this one away. It looks like Wallenstein gets off a nice high punt, bounces once at the 5, takes a Rebel bounce. Leifson is there to field it about the 10, maybe 11-yard line, and Wallenstein once again pins the opponents down inside the 15-yard line with a nice punt.
And as good as the Rebel field position has been, it's been that poor for Monticello. Not that it's mattered. They haven't been able to move the football at all. We'll see if the Buckaroos can use that momentum from that stop and get something going.
That's been the story all year long, where the Rebels have started from their opponent's 48-yard line in wins. Their opponents in losses against the Rebels have started from their own 26. 1st and 10 from their own 11-yard line for the Buckaroos. And a whistle is going to blow this one dead. I don't see any flags. Must be in a timeout just before it is a timeout. Rich Rebels. We'll take a quick timeout as well. 1:51 left in the Saby Trucking first quarter. Rebels lead 14-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Back right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Rich Rebel football on KDQ FM 98.3 with video streaming live online at kdqradio.com.
K-9radio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's most visited website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. K-9radio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what K-9radio.com has for you.
Rebels leading 14-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard here in the semifinals. Rich has had 2 very short fields. They took advantage both of those times. The last possession, they started from Monticello 45 and hurt themselves with a couple of penalties. Monticello, meanwhile, they've started from deep within their own territory each possession, and they haven't been able to do anything offensively. 3 and outs. And here they are, a 1st and 10 from their own 11-yard line. Cole Eldridge in the backfield, 2 slots in tight, 2 receivers wide out to either side. Football on that far side hash. Clark showing a little bit of pressure. Malloy steps back, looking to throw. Pressure comes. He's going to try to run away, and he's not going to get far. Wyatt Muirbrook wraps him up from behind. Malloy got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe.
It was a nice job by Malloy of stepping up to try to avoid the blitz, but great pursuit by the Rebels, and no gain, 2nd down 10.
One of the things the Rebels do, they don't have a lot of size there on that line, offensive or defensive, but they use some quickness to their advantage. We saw that just there from Wyatt Muirbrook. No gain for Eldridge, or for Malloy rather, on the play. It's a 2nd down and 10. I formation now in the backfield. Anderson and Eldridge back there. Malloy steps back, looking to throw. Lobs it to this near side. He's got his man. It's caught at the 28 and then immediately tackled. The catch was made by Andrew Torres, the leading receiver on the team. That's a 1st down for Monticello.
Not just a 1st down, Ryan, but that's probably equals more than they've had the entire day. 20 yards on one play. We'll see if that gives them a little spur, a little shot of momentum, confidence.
20 yards on that pass and catch to Andrew Torres, who in 19 receptions this year has 8 touchdowns. Make it 21, make it 22 receptions with that last one there. Again, the I formation pitch to Eldridge, and he is stopped. He tries to cut up the field, stuffed and brought down. Did not even get back to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 2.
I know in single A you don't have a ton of size on either side, but I think if I'm Monticello, what I'm seeing early is if I have any shot, I've got to throw the football. I can't run the football against Rich.
That's what we've seen so far. Cole Eldridge, 4 carries, 5 yards, and that's the best they've had on the ground so far for anybody. He's alone in the backfield right now, trips out to the near side, football right in the middle of the field. Here's the snap. Malloy back, looking to throw down the far sideline and way overthrows his intended receiver in Brian Tanner. In fact, Leifson running stride for stride with Tanner had maybe a better shot at that football than Tanner did. So the pass incomplete. Malloy now 2 of 6 for 17 yards in this football game so far, and now it's a 3rd down and 12 for the Monticello Buckaroos, their own 29-yard line.
And if you're Rich, you know they've got to throw now, and so you can just get after Malloy.
First quarter action brought to you by Saby Trucking. Scott and Diana Saby. Rebels lead 14-0 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard with 19.5 left in this first quarter. And now a flag flies and a false start is going to be called against the Buckaroos. Instead of a 3rd and 12, that's a 3rd and 17 now.
Both teams, Ryan, have been sloppy with the penalties. The difference is Rich more talented and playing better. If you're Monticello, you can ill afford to turn a 3rd and 12 into 3rd and 17.
Back to the 24-yard line. Football right in the middle of the field. Buckaroos going left to right from our view here at KEDQRadio.com. That's north to south at Stewart Stadium in Ogden. Man in motion again is Torres. Comes behind the quarterback as Malloy takes the snap, rolling out to his right. Nowhere to throw. He's going to tuck it and run upfield. Crosses the 25 before he's knocked out of bounds. A decent gain, but not if it's 3rd and 17, which was the case.
Malloy. Nice job there, Ryan. The Rebels defense just forcing him out of bounds, knowing it's a punting situation.
And they're going to spot that at the 28-yard line, so a 4-yard gain for Malloy. But again, he needed 17. He picks up 4. It's a 4th down and 13 now for the Buckaroos.
I'm not sure who's playing better defense, the Sun or the Rich Rebels.
We are looking right at the Sun as we're standing up top the press box here at Stewart Stadium. The snap is good. A high punt, not real deep. And Jarman just calls for his teammates to back away. Off the one hop, Alma Bay fields it up over his head, and the Rebels will start from their own 41, by far their worst field position of the day.
And that's almost laughable to use the word worst, but Ryan's accurate, folks. The Rebs have it on their own 41-yard line. Looks like, Ryan, 1 snap left in this first quarter. It's been all Rich Rebels.
Rich leading 14-0 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard. They've had 2 short fields. From the Monticello 39, they went 3 plays and a Joseph Leifson run. From the Monticello 3, they went 3 plays and a 7-yard pass from Coley Brown to Wyatt Muirbrook. 3 in the backfield for Rich. Brown under center. Takes the snap, pitch to Leifson, come to this side. He's got some room outside of the 45, cuts up the field. Boy, he just stops on the sideline, puts the head down, lowers it, and drives out across the 50 for close to a 1st down as time expires in the first quarter. This first quarter action has been brought to you by Saby Trucking. Scott and Diana Saby, and we'll be back with the second quarter. Rebels leading 14-0 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard. After this, second quarter action coming up on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Rich Rebel football on KDQFM 98.3 with video streaming live online at kdqradio.com.
In Woodruff, Utah, our residents have celebrated our children's education and success since 1880. We're proud to continue that tradition today. The mayor and town council wish the Rich High School Rebels good luck today and always. With a positive attitude, hard work, and commitment, you will be successful. Go Rebels!
Well, this is what we've become accustomed to seeing out of the Rich Rebels. Excellent defense, setting their offense up with great field position, and then the offense just punching it in. Rebels leading 14-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard as we head for the T7 Propane in Woodruff second quarter. For all your propane needs, call 435-793-4208. Rebels 10 yards on that last run by Joseph Leifson, a first down in Monticello territory. 3 in the backfield. Looks like Clark, Leifson, and Saby behind Brown under center. Muirbrook out wide to this near side. Or is that Wallentine? That's Wallentine here to the near side. Here's the snap. Brown fakes the handoff up the middle, runs to the outside, cuts up, follows a block down the sideline, 40, 35, knocked out of bounds about the 34. And Brown with a big gain on the quarterback keeper on the option.
A lot of times in basketball, you hear about a point guard or a shooting guard letting the game come to him. That's exactly what Rich did there offensively, as following blocks there for a big gainer.
The last time these teams played, the Monticello Buckaroos were defending they were defending the option to the outside. What the Rebels are taking here today, they didn't defend up the middle. Kyler Clark had 119 yards on the ground. This time, Brown making the reads to keep it himself and then pitch it. Here's the snap. This time, keeps it, pitches to Saby. Saby's got all kinds of room to run. Bay, the only one that might catch him, not going to do it. 10-5, touchdown. Cash Saby, 34 yards for the score. And the Rebels up 20-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. They've that last possession where they ended up punting, they hurt themselves with penalties. When they're doing their bread and butter, that option, Monticello just has no answer for it.
Beautiful offensive execution in the first 12 minutes, 17 seconds of this game by Rich, as they are looking very, very good.
20-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard, 11:43 left. Second quarter, Leifson will attempt the extra point here. Jarman, perfect snap as always. Brown places it. Leifson kicks and just misses it. Kicks it a bit far to this near side, his right side. And the PAT, no good, a rare miss for Joseph Leifson. Rebels will settle for a 20-0 lead on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. And we'll be back with more second quarter action right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Rebel football on KDQ-FM 98.3 with video online at kdqradio.com.
When driving safely is a priority to you, trust your brakes, alignment, front end, and suspension to the team at Big O Tires. A bouncy ride can compromise safety and comfort. A properly aligned vehicle will save wear on your tires and can increase gas mileage. And brakes? We all know how important brakes are.
Hey, this is Wayne down at Big O Tires at 607 West Cheyenne Drive. Proud sponsors of the Evanston Red Devils and the Rich Rebels.
Mention this ad and receive $40 off your next alignment.
Rebels leading 20-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Cash Saby, 4 carries, 60 yards, a touchdown. Cash it in, and the Rebels ahead 20-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard early in the second quarter. Brought to you by T7 Propane. Bear Lake Physical Therapy kickoff here. Joseph Leifson boots it. And this one going to come down about the 5-yard line. Malloy fields it. He's going to head straight up the field, 20, 25. That's not Malloy. He finds a hole across the 30, 35, and it is Malloy to about the 40. He's finally brought down by Tanner Peterson of the Rich Rebels. And a big return there for McCade Malloy.
Yeah, Ryan, if you want to be critical, if you want to find something that the Rebels aren't doing well, you could point to that missed extra point. Those things happen, but a poor job there on the return coverage, giving Monticello their best field position easily of the afternoon.
That could be a spark that Monticello needs there with that big return. Now starting from their own 40. Give them 35 yards on that punt, that kick return. Here's the snap. Malloy spins around, rolls to his right, throws deep over the middle. He's got his man just overthrown. Boy, Andrew Torres had a couple of steps on Jaden Wallentine back there, and Malloy just missed him deep.
That was a nice-looking ball, and credit the Monticello offensive line giving Malloy Ryan enough time to make that throw, which nearly cashed in on the other side for 6.
Torres was a wide receiver on that. He came across kind of down the seam and then cut over the middle of the field. Wallenstein just didn't quite get back. Wallenstein playing free safety in this one as Riker Rex is the defensive, the cornerback on the far side. Malloy with Kyler Clark showing pressure. Here's the snap. Clark in there, and then Wyatt Muirbrook comes from the backside and just levels Malloy for the sack of about a loss of 5 or 6 yards.
Nice job there on the blitz by Rich. A lot of times you'll see those linebackers, as Ryan said, folks, show pressure, then back off. That time they did anything but brought the house, jailbreak, and smashed the quarterback back for a huge loss.
Clear back to the 34-yard line, brings up a 3rd and 16 now. A far cry from just missing the fingertips of Torres down the middle of the field. Trips to the far side. Eldridge alone in the backfield. Malloy takes the snap, looks right, throws left, and just through the hands and incomplete of Brian Tanner. Leifson may have gotten a hand on the football or swiped across Tanner's arms to keep him from being able to catch that football.
And momentum, such a fickle thing in sport, Ryan, as the nice return, the near touchdown completion. You turn that around, the sack, blitz, the incomplete pass. Rich looking to get the football back again, already up 3 scores early in the second quarter.
Lining up back to punt this one away for the Buckaroos, I believe, is Talon Black. He boots it high this time, gets a little more depth on it, but it takes a Rebel bounce at the 38, clear out to about the 46. The Buckaroos get on it, and the Rebels once again will have excellent field position.
And now, Ryan, if you're Monticello, obviously you weren't the favorite coming in. You were hammered earlier by Rich. You're down 20-0. You've got a couple options. One is you can be resigned to your fate, or now you can just start taking chances left and right and try to get something going.
We'll see what they decide to do here. Down 20-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. So far offensively, Monticello hasn't done much. 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. About 5 and out, and then another 3 and out just moments ago. Rebels with 3 in the backfield. Cornea, the far side wide receiver. Here's the snap. Fake the handoff up the middle. Again, the pitch to Saby, and he'll break one tackle, drive ahead to the 50. A flag flies. Bay couldn't make the tackle, and the flag flew after he missed that tackle. It's in the area of holding. Cash Saby picked up about 6, but I think this one may be coming back. The officials will talk about it. And we'll get the signal, the call from the head official. A face mask against Monticello. Boy, I didn't see that coming. So Saby picks up 6. He now has 5 carries for 66 yards in the game. I didn't see if they had indicated that was they did not indicate it or call it as a personal foul penalty. So it moves it ahead another 5 yards to the Monticello 44. And that's a Rebel first down, brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental and Dr. Sean Grohl, providing quality family dentistry since 1998. Rebels line up again with 3 in the backfield. Brown takes the snap, pitch to Saby this near side. Not great blocking. He had a little bit of a hole, and Eldridge wraps him up, brings him down. Saby able to use his strength to drive forward to the 40 for a gain of 4. Nice job by Eldridge from his linebacker position to make that play. Rebels down to the Monticello 40-yard line for a 2nd down and 6. 20-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Just under 10 minutes left in the T7 Propane second quarter. Make sure to stay tuned for our Zions Bank halftime show. We'll talk with Tanner Peterson. We got a special feature during that halftime show as well. 3 in the backfield for Rich. Here's the snap, give to Clark. Nope, not going anywhere. I think Brown wanted to pull that out, but Clark was getting wrapped up, and he said, I got to secure this football, make sure it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, Ryan, that was pretty dangerous there if you're a Rich fan, in as much as for a while you had 2 guys with their hands on the football, which is better than no guys with their hands on the football.
Clark, again, against Monticello the last time these teams played, he had 14 carries for 119 yards. Monticello was giving the Rebels that handoff up the middle. This time, that's his first carry of the game, and that went for nothing. Rebels still at the 40-yard line for a 3rd and 6. Here's the snap. Brown steps back. He's looking over the middle. Pressure comes. His helmet was knocked, and he stepped up away from the pressure. dove down at about the 37, 38-yard line. A short gain will bring up 4th and short for the Rebels.
And I apologize. The pressure of the sun got to the cameraman there, folks. I thought he was going down the field, had to rotate back for the sack.
A gain of a couple for Brown, who now has 11 yards rushing in the game. And it's a 4th down and 4 for the Rich Rebels. This is kind of that what they call it, you hear the term no man's land. You don't gain much by punting. It's 4th and short enough. There's no question you're going for it. Clark, Leifson, and Saby in the backfield. Wallenstein wide to the near side. Pressure coming up the middle. Brown fakes the snap. Quick pitch to Saby on the outside. And an excellent block by Leifson. Frees Saby around the outside and down the sideline to pick up the first down about the 31. Saby wanted to go up the middle, but the would-be tackler, I think it was Alma Bay on this near side, was fighting to the outside to contain Saby. So Saby instead bounced the outside, got that block from Leifson. It's a first down, Rich Rebels.
Nice play call and even better execution by Rich.
On a 4th and 4, the Rebels move the chains. That first down is brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental, Dr. Sean Grohl. 7 yards for Saby on that run. Again, Saby, Leifson, and Clark in the backfield. Here's the snap pitch for Leifson going to the far side. Nowhere to go as the defense fights through the blocking. It was Nolan Freestone and Shannon Bradford, I believe, getting in there to make the tackle, and Leifson loses a yard.
Freestone, good-looking player, and Monticello, again, folks, fighting, scrapping very, very hard. Rich, so far, though, has just been too good for the Buckaroos.
So a 2nd down and 11 now. 20-0, Rich Rebels lead on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard here in the semifinals. Second quarter action brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. One in the backfield now. Saby coming in motion. Snap pitch to Saby. It's behind him, but he gets it. Starts inside, goes back outside, and this time the Buckaroos are all over that. They've made some adjustment, and they're getting to the outside on that pitch.
And not only were they getting there, but that was poor execution by Rich, as it was not a fluid pitch at all. There was too much hemming and hawing, and the Buckaroos, Ryan, made them pay.
Cash Saby, 7 carries for 77 yards before that one, which went for nothing. It's a Rebel 3rd down and 11. Timeout on the field. We'll take a quick one as well and be back with more of this second quarter action right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Rich Rebel football on KADQ FM 98.3 with video streaming live online at KADQradio.com.
First impressions matter. When you want to stand out, uniquely brand your business, organization, or team with help from Old West Design inside My Favorite Things at 164 Front Street. Create a professional image with uniforms, golf shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, decals, keychains, koozies, coffee mugs, and more. Manager Natalie Willie Lively and Old West Design help winners dress for success. Inside My Favorite Things, Old West Design, 164 Front Street, Evanston.
Well, the Rich Rebels leading 20-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. But Monticello has made an adjustment defensively. They're not giving up those yards up the middle, and they've found a way to slow down the Rebels on the outside as well. It's a 3rd down and 11 for Rich here from the Monticello 32-yard line. I formation with Jarman and Leifson in the backfield. Jarman and Clark, rather. Here's the snap. Brown rolls this side. Pressure comes. He sidesteps one man, then slings it down the sideline and throws it incomplete out of bounds.
In the area of holding as well, the penalty flag.
Penalty flag back at the 34-yard line, and I think that official did just indicate, the line judge said to his head official, it is a hold, and that is the call, a hold against the Rebels. Now, Monticello, it would be a 4th and 11 should they decline the penalty. If they accept it, the Rebels would have a 3rd and 21. It looks like Monticello will decline that penalty.
Interesting. I would have taken it, but hey, that's why I'm up here, and those guys are down there.
Rebels haven't gotten much done on this possession at least the last 3 plays. A loss of 1, no gain, and then an incomplete pass. And now some discussion between the official and looks like the Rebel sideline. As Rich comes out with wide receivers split out to either side. Wallenstein near side. I believe you got Wyatt Muirbrook on the far side. Leifson in the slot on this side. Jarman in the slot on that side. Clark alone in the backfield on a 4th down and 11. Rebels going for it here. Brown under center. Eldridge showing pressure from his linebacker position. Rebels pick it up as Brown steps back. Lots of time to throw. Throws to the far side. Looking for Muirbrook and misses. A lot of contact over there as Muirbrook tried to get out of his cut. Not enough for a flag, and the Rebels turn it over on downs.
And right there, if you're the defensive back, you don't want to make that pick, because if you catch it, you take over on your own too. A wise decision, or maybe just good fortune there for Monticello that they did not pick it off.
So the Buckaroos with a decent starting field position here after their defense stands strong against the Rebel offense. Monticello from their own 32-yard line with 7 minutes, 10 seconds left in this first half. Second quarter action brought to you by T7 Propane. I formation. Malloy takes the snap, gives to Eldridge far side. He puts the shoulder down and drives ahead, picks up maybe a yard as he was tripped up from behind. I believe it was Ryland Franson who tripped him up.
And really, I think the only thing that the Monticello ground game is going to be able to accomplish today, if the Rich Rebels keep playing like this, Ryan, is just to keep them honest. If Monticello wants to move the football, they're going to have to go to the air.
We saw them complete a 20-yard pass earlier today. Andrew Torres, the recipient of that, and we've seen some others that have just missed, just been off target. Malloy under center with Eldridge behind him, trips to the far side. Malloy steps back, looking to this near side for Tanner, throws over the middle. Leifson tips it at the last second, and it falls incomplete.
Great job by Leifson there of not only hustling back, but watching the trajectory of the football, and as Ryan mentioned, getting his finger on the pigskin to deflect it and give no chance for the completion.
And a good help by Jaden Wallentine on that as well. Had Torres been able to make that catch, I think he wouldn't have gone far after the catch because Wallentine was there as a free safety. So a 3rd down and 9 now for the Buckaroos. Looks like Malloy will be up under center. Anderson behind him, trips to the far side. Malloy takes the snap, fakes the throw, now throws deep down the far sideline and just in and out of the fingertips of his intended receiver. Jarman was on the coverage, and he was behind a step or two. And I believe that's Torres out there.
And Torres needs to make that catch. A beautiful ball by Malloy. If you're Monticello, if you want to compete in this game, those are the plays you've got to make. He should have had that one. But if you're a Rich Rebels fan, you breathe a sigh of relief as the punt team comes on.
5 consecutive incompletions for McCade Malloy. And the Buckaroos will punt this one away. Low line drive punt. Leifson fields it to the 35. Outside to this near side 40, 45, down to the 50. Gets a block at the 45 to the 40, and he's knocked out of bounds. Big return for Joseph Leifson. And the Rebels, once again, I've said this already more times than you'd normally say in a game, with starting field position in the opponent's field on the opponent's side of the 50.
And, Ryan, I've got a question. If you're Monticello now, why do you even punt unless it's 4th and forever? Effectively, that punt got you nothing. If you'd gone for it, maybe you can get a first down.
The line of scrimmage was the 33. With that punt return, the Rebel line of scrimmage is the 36. So it's a 3-yard punt, essentially. Rebels line up with an I formation, and now some pressure coming. Cole Eldridge steps up close to the line, and a flag flies, and a whistle blows.
These penalties here, Ryan, on Rich, not a concern, it doesn't look like today, as the Rebels should, if they continue this cruise, to an easy win, but it's setting up an area of concern potentially next week at practice.
Is that a concern that the Rebels are going to be doing some extra running? Or what?
I think so. Attention to detail.
Something to talk about. Back to the 41-yard line on the false start for the Rebels. Brown steps back, hands off to Saby, driving up the middle, and he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage at about the 36.
Monticello, a community of between 1,000 and 2,000 down in the southern end of the beautiful Beehive State, and Rich, Ryan, all the way at the other end. It's neat to have these teams clash in the postseason.
So a 2nd down and 10 now for the Rebels after Saby picks up 5. Cash now with 9 carries, 82 yards unofficially in this football game. And again, as I mentioned, Rebels at the 36-yard line of Monticello with a 2nd down and 10. I formation, Jarman and Saby in the backfield, Leifson in the slot near side. Here's the snap, give to Leifson on the reverse, end around. He's going to start inside, cuts it outside, breaks one tackle, back inside, trying to find some running room, bounces off one tackle, still coming this way, gets a big block to the 40, the 35, stumbles forward, drives through a tackler to the 30, and finally brought down about the 28. Leifson ran 100 yards to gain 6, maybe 7.
That's a lot like government spending. It was a lot of effort and very little result, but credit the athleticism of Leifson as he kept those legs churning. A lot of misdirection, did get a positive 6 or 7 yards.
Give Leifson 7 yards on the gain to the 29-yard line. And the Rebels a third down and short now with 3 in the backfield. Here's the snap. Give to Clark. All kinds of room up the middle to the 25-20. 15 finally brought down. That's what was open the last time these two teams played. Monticello had been defending that until that time right there.
And as you mentioned, it looks like earlier in the game, Monticello was really cheating to take that away, and that's why Rich tried some other things. And that Leifson east-west run set up that north-south run right there.
14 yards for Kyler Clark. Down to the 15-yard line of Monticello, and the Rebels a first down and 10. That first down brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental. Here's the snap, pitch to Saby coming to this side. Got some blocking, cuts against the grain inside the 10 to the 5, and he's wrapped up and brought down about the 4. And now that those running lanes opening back up. As
really,
I don't know if it's the Rebels focusing back in or what it is.
Really impressed with Cash's decision-making so far. This, I believe, still technically morning, as the Rebels at, 11:50 Mountain Time, threatening to go up 4 scores.
20-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. 4 minutes, 10 seconds left for second quarter. Brought to you by T7 Propane. Here's the snap, give to Jarman. Going to the left side. His face mask is pulled. He drives through it into the end zone. Touchdown, Mitch Jarman. 2 flags on the field, and I'd be surprised if they're both not for the face mask. We'll see what they call it here. For now, the official said touchdown Rebels.
You can squeeze the Sharman, you can knock the Jarman, but that won't let him not sneak into the end zone. Great run there.
Mitch Jarman, all-around great player for the Rich Rebels. Started last year most of the season as a linebacker, as a sophomore. He's also a valued commodity on the basketball court.
And Ryan, as you know, traditionally,
personal foul face mask on Monticello. That penalty will be enforced on the kickoff as Jarman scores the touchdown from 4 yards out.
Traditionally in the Wild West, when does a big shootout start? At high noon. We're 9 minutes away, and the shootout's over. 26-0.
Started this one an hour earlier. Rebels lead 26-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard, and Joseph Leifson is lined up to kick this extra point. Mitch Jarman, who just scored the touchdown from 4 yards out, snaps to Brown. The hold, and it's blocked. Credit Shannon Bradford, who got in there and got a fingertip or a hand on that kick, and the PAT no good. So the Rebels will settle for a 26-0 lead on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. And we'll take a quick break. 4:02 left second quarter in the T7 Propane second quarter. Back right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Rich Rebel football on KDQ FM 98.3 with video streaming live online at kdqradio.com.
The team at T7 Propane in Woodruff has served the community for many years with a commitment to customer service, quality, product, and safety. When you work with the professionals at T7 Propane in Woodruff, you're working with the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff, Utah. For all your propane needs, 435-793-4208. That's 435-793-4208.
Rebels lead 26-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Each of their scoring drives have started in Monticello territory. And now it's time for another Bear Lake Physical Therapy kickoff. Rebels kicking off after that face mask penalty. From the 40-yard line, Leifson kicks it low. It's a line drive, bounces off a Monticello player, back toward the Rebels, and Mitch Jarman recovers it. Rebel football at the 26.
I really want to credit the Rich coaching staff, Ryan. I was thinking maybe you try a traditional onside kick. That's even better. A line drive to an up man, bounces off his chest, hits perhaps his shoulder pad, pops up in the air. Rebels pounce on it. Now they can go for the dagger, up 26-0, 4 minutes to go in the first half.
Big lead for the Rich Rebels here in the T7 Propane second quarter. For all your propane needs, call 435-793-4208. That turnover is brought to you by The Station in Randolph. For all your convenience needs, The Station. And Tammy Hoffman and our friend there. 3:57 left here in this second quarter. The Rebels from the 25-yard line. Brown steps back, looking deep to throw, and the throw comes out funny out of his hand. He may have been hit. It's picked off at the 10 to the 15, 20, outside at the 25, and out of bounds about the 29. And I believe McKay Malloy made the pick. I think Brown's arm was hit as he released that. It just came out funny.
I was about to say, the station in Tammy they do a terrific job of all your convenience store needs. How convenient is it to start with that field position? Well, not too convenient when the other team picks it off, but credit Monticello out there fighting hard too. And their quarterback, a two-way man, as so many of these kids are at the 1A level, with the interception.
So Monticello now with field position of their own 29-yard line. A first down and 10. Football on the far side hash. I formation with two receivers out the far side. Here's the snap. Malloy steps back, looks right, and he is blown up from behind by Wyatt Muirbrook. Muirbrook just got around the end, and poor Malloy took a hit hard from the backside.
You better fear Nearbrook as he comes with that bull rush from the outside and just levels the hammer.
A timeout on the field. I think that's Coach Art Adair of the Monticello Buckaroos. We'll take a quick timeout as well and be back with more. Rebels lead 26-0 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard. Back right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Rebel Football, KDQ FM 98.3, video online at kdqradio.com.
The character of a town can be seen in its children. Rich High School has a strong pioneer heritage that has been passed down from generation to generation. In Randolph, Utah, we believe in sportsmanship, hard work, and dedication. Mayor Lynn Weston and the Town Council wish the Rich High Rebels good luck. Randolph, Utah. Hardy people that love their town and their neighbors.
Well, if you're the Monticello Buckaroos, you just caught a break. You fumbled the kickoff. The Rebels come up with it, but then the first play, Rebels trying to make, put the nail in the coffin kind of a thing, or a dagger, intercepted by the Buckaroos. Now Malloy takes the snap, rolls to his right, nowhere to go. He cuts upfield, back to the line of scrimmage, maybe gained a half a yard, and it's third down and 14.
I mentioned that the Sun and the Rich Rebels both playing very, very good defense. The best offense, the Rich Rebels and the Hornets, the Wasps up here. I now know why they have several traps set up, Ryan.
Have you seen a few Wasps?
I have.
McCade Malloy, no gain on that play, maybe half a yard. So I have him for 5 carries and minus 6 yards. Now, a couple of those have been sacks. Third down and 13 for the Buckaroos. Trips to the far side. That's the short side of the field as the football's on that far side hash. Second quarter action, the Buckaroos going right to left from our view at kdqradio.com. Malloy takes the snap. Pressure comes. He's not going anywhere. Huffner and Muirbrook, the two defensive ends, converge to sandwich Malloy, wrap him up, bring him down. Loss of a few, and it's 4th and long.
You can sense the frustration from Malloy and his offensive mates as they're just unable to get anything going. Occasionally they've had enough time to make some throws. Ryan, when they have, they've either overshot their man or had a case of the dropsies. But Rich just too quick, too powerful, too good. It appears so far 26-0 Rebs.
Rebels take a timeout as we've got 2:45 left in this second quarter. We'll take a quick one as well. Be back right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Rebel Football on KDQ FM 98.3, video online at kdqradio.com.
Thank you. Yes, you. Thank you for helping to make Castle Rock Chevrolet Southwest Wyoming's #1 Chevy dealer. Thanks to you, Castle Rock Chevrolet has been able to remodel and expand their service department, now offering new tire and wheel sales, alignments, and services from simple oil and filters to complete rebuilds. Castle Rock Chevrolet, your hometown dealer. Good people who will treat you right.
We're Castle Rock.
Highly trained mechanics you can trust. CastleRockChevy.com.
Buckaroos come out lined up to punt this one away. Talon Black from his own 15, a low line drive, kind of a knuckleball punt. Leifson fields it at near midfield. Out to the far side to the 35, or the 40 rather, the 35, then tripped up and brought down about the 32, but a flag back at the 49. Rebels field position not going to be quite as great as I think it might have been.
Again, the only thing halting Ryan Rich from this tremendous field position established nearly entirely on punts. This still, I believe, yes, morning at 11:58 Mountain. Some sloppy penalties with blocks in the backs. This one will push Rich back into their own half of the gridiron.
That penalty, did you see the indication, the signal from the official, what the penalty was?
I believe we had a block in the back.
So they'll spot it from the Monticello 49, a block in the back.
10 yards to
10
the 41.
yards to the 41.
And
Rebels,
if your biggest complaint, Ryan, is, gosh, we got to start our own 41, things are going pretty well.
Rebels now, I have them with 5 penalties, 40 yards in the game. First down and 10 from their own 41-yard line. Here's the snap. Brown fakes the handoff, pitches out this near side to Saby. He bobbles a little bit, comes back up with it, and heads up the sideline. A flag flies. Leifson trying to get a last-second block in there, and I think they're going to throw a block in the back on Joseph Leifson. It looked more like the side from where I am, but I'm about 50 yards further away than that official is, so he's got the better angle than I do.
Yeah, he and you have something in common. You each have a microphone, but his view a lot better.
Much better than me. So the Rebels, that was a big gain for Saby all the way to about the 45-yard line of Monticello. Instead, I think, it is going to be a penalty against the Rebels. Another block in the back. And from the spot of the foul, which was the 47-yard line, they'll mark it 10 yards from there. So really it's not a 10-yard penalty.
First and 14.
First and 14, thank you. 3 in the backfield for the Rich Rebels. Clark, Sabian, Leifson. Here's the snap. Give to Clark up the middle. Nowhere to go. Eldridge snuck in there, wrapped up Clark by the legs, and just drug him down. Nice job by Eldridge.
And you mentioned, Ryan, this year, if Monticello has had any success defending Rich, it's been that up-the-gut play that the Buckaroos have done a reasonable job with.
Back to the 36-yard line for a second down and about 15 now for the Rich Rebels. Rich taking their time now. I thought they would call the timeout before that punt to try and maybe get the ball back with plenty of time to try and put one more score in. Now they show some urgency getting up to the line of scrimmage. Brown takes the snap back to throw. Throws to Wallenstein, whose cut was to the inside. Looked like Brown maybe was looking to the outside on that button hook route, and it falls incomplete through the hands of Wallenstein.
Yeah, it was a pretty good ball. I think Wallenstein would tell you he should have made the catch.
Brown completed his first 2 passes, 7 yards touchdown, and then the second one 11 yards to Wallenstein. His last 5 have been incomplete. And now the Rebels with a third down and 15 from their own 36-yard line. 1:28 left here in this T7 Propane second quarter. Rebels going left to right from our view. That's north to south here at KDQRadio.com at Weber State University. Brown comes out of with the snap, rolling to his right, throws downfield, down the sideline, just about caught in and out of the hands of Jaden Wallenstein on the defense. Brian Tanner knocked it away.
Nice defensive pursuit and a hit there by the blitz coming from the far side of the field, Ryan, by Monticello. Again, these Buckaroos continue to play very, very hard despite currently being bageled 26-0 with 80 seconds to go in the first half.
Monticello, a lot of times this season, has been a team of 2 halves, kind of 2 different teams depending on the half. When they hosted Rich, it was 21-12 at the half. Rebels won 34-12. This first half has been all Rebels. Rebels are going to have to be aware that Monticello is going to come out fired up for that second half. Rich going to line up to punt for just the second time today. Wallenstein gets off a high punt, not real deep, but very good hang time. Bounces at about the 28, and the Rebels will tip it, and down at right about there, the 28. It was kind of took a Monticello bounce, and Clark just kind of knocked it down to make sure it didn't go any further back.
And Ryan, if you're Monticello, 71 seconds to go, you're down 26-0. As you mentioned, you haven't been playing well. Sure, you want to come out fired up in the second half, but you need every opportunity to score. Your really only big scoring opportunity so far have been on the deep ball. I expect these guys to go to their version, whatever that is, of a 2-minute drill and try to get something going here late in the second quarter.
They had a similar situation. They took it over after a Rebel fumble at the end of the first half. They're in Monticello. 29 seconds, they went 3 plays and scored a touchdown pass to McCade Malloy. So that we know they can score in a hurry. They're going to look to do that here, 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line. 1 minute, 11 seconds left in this first half. I formation. Malloy steps back. Quick screen to the outside. He's got his man caught at the 30. Outside to the 33, 34. Nope, across the 35. Clark makes the tackle. And the catch was Andrew Torres for a gain of about 7 or 8 yards.
That's a huge play by Clark to wrap up his man, keep him in bounds, and keep that clock rolling.
That's actually 10 yards and very close to a first down. But the officials stop the clock for a moment and then say it is a first down, as McCade Malloy is now 3 of 11 for 27 yards by my stats. First and 10 at the 38. Again, I formation. Thomas Anderson, Cole Eldridge in the backfield. Eldridge, the deep back. Malloy steps back, looking to throw. Rolls to the outside, trying to get around the corner. Pursuit. Now he throws and throws out of bounds. A smart decision there by Malloy. That stops the clock at 40.2 seconds left in the first half.
Absolutely. Both stops the clock and prevents you from losing 8, 10, 12 yards on a sack. Live to heave another deep ball with 40 seconds to go.
This second quarter action is brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. For all your propane needs, call 435-793-4208. Rebels lead 26-0 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard. Monticello has it, though, and they really, a score here could really switch that momentum to the Buckaroos if they can put together a drive. They're going to go an empty set backfield, 3 receivers far side, 3 to the near side, football in the near hash. Monticello at their own 38-yard line. Malloy in the shotgun. Cash Saby showing some pressure, or Malloy under center, rather. Saby breaks through the line, but Malloy rolls to his right. He's going to get around the corner to the 40, 45, 50. First down and out of bounds across midfield in Rebel territory for the first time today. The Buckaroos a 1st and 10 at the Rich 47.
Oftentimes in life, it's those small victories, and if you're Monticello, one of the first things you've got to do, Ryan, to score, obviously, as you said, get into Rich territory. They do that with still over half a minute to go.
Nice play by Malloy. He saw that pressure coming up the middle. I don't know if that was even in the play call, but he just sprinted to that far side, used his quickness and athleticism to get around the corner and pick up 15 yards.
That's your senior leadership there from your signal caller. He knows how critical this drive is. 26-0, that's pretty ugly. 26-7, you think you got a chance.
Plus the momentum, the enthusiasm, the excitement of scoring, getting one on the scoreboard before the half would be huge, I think, for Monticello. Timeout on the field. We'll take a quick one as well. 32.1 seconds left. First half, Rebels lead 26-0 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard. We'll be back with more of this second quarter right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Rich Rebel football on KDQ FM 98.3. Video streaming live online at kdqradio.com.
If you or your friends are looking for a home or vacation home at beautiful Bear Lake, you don't have to wait any longer to live your dream. Bear Lake Realty has properties in every price range. Relax. Create memories for generations to come in your home or vacation home at one of the most beautiful lakes on earth. It all starts with a phone call. We will help you find the perfect home for you and your family. Call today, Gary McKee at Bear Lake Realty. 435-946-8888 or go to bearlakerealty.com.
Big moment here in this football game. Rebels right now a solid lead, 26-0 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard, but Monticello trying to get something in before the half. 32.1 left in the first half. Monticello a 1st and 10 at the Rebel 48. Malloy sends a man in motion, takes a snap, throws deep down the far sideline, and almost picked off. He had his man there as well. Riker Rex turned back to the ball at the last second, just about made the play, but instead it falls incomplete.
And that's the right idea for Monticello. Again, they need points. They recognize that the only way they're moving the football is through the air or occasionally via the feet of Mr. Malloy.
And that one just about found the target. I think it was intended for Andrew Torres, the 5'8", 125-pound junior, who lines up out to that far side. Brian Tanner, who's been a favorite target of Malloy today as well, is out wide to the near side and a trips left. Here's the snap. Malloy out to the right, pressure coming. He escapes from one, breaks another tackle, and then he's going to be wrapped up and brought down. A loss of 1 back at the 48, and that continues or forces the clock to continue to run unless Monticello, which they do, call a timeout with 17.4 seconds left to go in this first half.
And now not only is the clock an issue, but the down, it's third and very, very long here, third and about 11 for the Buckaroos. You've got to concern yourself with both a first down and some potential points. I don't know what kind of kicking game they've got, Ryan, but just something to get on the board for Monticello would be a positive for the Buckaroos.
They're going to face a 3rd down and 11 here, and the way the Rich Rebel defense has been playing, it's a tall order for the Monticello Buckaroos. I've got Monticello with 27 yards through the air and roughly 10 yards on the ground.
And that's the other thing we haven't talked as much about is that Rich takes a lot of pride in shutouts. They had an effective shutout last week. A lot of defenses are bend but don't break. Rich don't even let you move at all, much less break.
The Rebels have not allowed more than one touchdown in 5 consecutive games. But interesting enough, the last team to score more than one touchdown against Rich
was
the Monticello Buckaroos. September 26th at Monticello's homecoming. Rich won that game 34-12. I formation on a 3rd and 11 from the Rebel 48. Monticello with the football. To the far side. Here's the snap. They're going to run a wide receiver reverse. It's eaten up by Wyatt Muirbrook. It's a throwback to McCade Malloy. He's got the catch at the 30. Breaks a tackle at the 20, and he's tripped up and brought down about the 13-yard line. Handed to Andrew Torres. He took the pitch, ducked underneath the tackle of Wyatt Muirbrook, through to Malloy, who makes the catch, gets down inside the Rebel 15 to the 13-yard line. Big play there, and now Monticello, with 4.2 seconds left on the clock, is going to take a snap and run a play. A flag flies. Malloy is brought down by Muirbrook in the backfield as time runs out. This flag, if it's against the Rebels, would give Monticello another play. We'll see what this flag is.
I don't think it's on the Rebels. I think it's offensive.
The officials, a quick meeting at midfield. A false start against the Buckaroos. Why they didn't call it dead, a dead ball foul, I won't know. The Rebels, the official indicates that the Rebels decline, and we're going to go into halftime. The Rebels leading 26-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard, as Monticello, boy, they gave it all they had on that last drive and just came up a tiny bit short.
You've got to credit the creativity and the determination of Coach Adair with the reverse throwback to the quarterback, but they came up just a little bit short. Had to hurry up with that. Without that timeout, folks, that's what really cost them that penalty. And we go to the half, 26-0, all Rebels.
On the Stacy's Repair scoreboard, halftime show's coming up. Make sure to stay tuned for that. We'll talk with Rich Rebel senior Tanner Peterson. We've also got a special feature we've titled Sportsmanship Trumps Stats. That's coming up on the half. Zions Bank Randolph Branch halftime show after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Rich Rebel football on KDQ FM 98.3. Video streaming live online at kdqradio.com.
Eating, sleeping, breathing, moving. We all do it. It's called living. But as we age, those seemingly mundane daily basics take their toll on our bodies via oxidative stress. Fight back. Supplement with all-natural Pro Tandem, a revolutionary clinically tested plant-based formula proven to reduce oxidative stress by an average of 40% in just 30 days. You take care of your car, your home, your money, but what about you? Supplement with Pro Tandem. Click on the telegram to health that you'll find at any of the sites at mylocalradio.com.
If you or your friends are looking for a home or vacation home at beautiful Bear Lake, you don't have to wait any longer to live your dream. Bear Lake Realty has properties in every price range. Relax. Create memories for generations to come in your home or vacation home at one of the most beautiful lakes on earth. It all starts with a phone call. We will help you find the perfect home for you and your family. Call today, Gary McKee at Bear Lake Realty, 435-946-8888, or go to bearlakerealty.com.
The team at T7 Propane in Woodruff has served the community for many years with a commitment to customer service, quality, product, and safety. When you work with the professionals at T7 Propane in Woodruff, you're working with the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff, Utah. For all your propane needs, 435-793-4208. That's 435-793-4208.
This Cook Brothers Broadcasting presentation of Rich Rebel Sports is also being brought to you by these Rich High Broadcast Booster Club members. Lazy S Ranching, Sim and Joe Jean Weston, Good Luck Rebels, and Play Hard. The station in Randolph, here for your convenience needs.
Welcome to the Zions Bank Randolph Branch Halftime Show. We're here at Elizabeth D. Shaw Stewart Stadium in Ogden at Weber State University. Time now for the Zions Bank Randolph Branch Halftime Show. At Zions Bank, we haven't forgotten who keeps us in business. Rich Rebels lead 26-0 over the Monticello Buckaroos in the semifinals of the state playoffs, and we'll be back with first half highlights right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Rich Rebel football on KDQ FM 98.3 with video streaming live online at kdqradio.com.
At Zions Bank in Randolph, Utah, you are always met with a smile. Our branch employs your friends and neighbors, people who have the same common goals and values you do, offering a wide selection of personal and business banking and financial services. Your friends at Zions Bank can help meet your financial needs. Visit us today, Zions Bank, the Randolph, Utah branch. We haven't forgotten who keeps us in business.
Well, the Rich Rebels a big lead here at the half, 26-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard, and the Rebels did it, with defense, first of all, because the defense stuffed Monticello on their first several possessions to 3 and outs. The Rebels starting field position on their first scoring drive, the Monticello 39. They went 3 plays, a 19-yard touchdown run by Joseph Leifson. Then the Rebels started with an excellent punt return by Mitch Jarman, got down to the 3-yard line. The Rebels went backwards for a couple of yards, but then Coy Brown found Wyatt Muirbrook for a touchdown score, 7 yards in the end zone, and that put the Rebels up 14-0 at that point. From then, Monticello again, another 3 and out. The Rebels good field position, but they had some penalties, drove themselves back, forced another quick 3 and out against Monticello. Then the Rebels' next possession, 3 plays, a 34-yard touchdown run by Cash Saby, and that's pretty much how it went. The one other score for the Rebels, a 4-yard run for Mitch Jarman. Monticello, their only offensive success came on that last drive, that last possession of the first half, and the big chunk, the main portion of that success was a trick play. Andrew Torres went in motion, got the pitch, stopped, threw it back to quarterback McCade Malloy for 35 yards that got him down inside the Rebel 15, but they ran out of time, came up just short, and the Rebels take a shutout into the half, 26-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. These first half highlights have been brought to you by Rich County, proud sponsors of the Rich Rebels here on KADQ FM 98.3. And again, remind you you can watch online these games at KADQradio.com. Now, stay tuned here on the Zions Bank Randolph Branch Halftime Show. We've got plenty more coming up, including we'll be talking with Rich Rebels senior Tanner Peterson. We've also got a special feature we've called Sportsmanship Trumps Stats. That's right after this on KADQ.
In Woodruff, Utah, our residents have celebrated our children's education and success since 1880. We're proud to continue that tradition today. The mayor and town council wish the Rich High School Rebels good luck today and always. With a positive attitude, hard work, and commitment, you will be successful. Go Rebels!
Ryan Steinekert here with Tanner Peterson, a senior at Rich High School. And Tanner, thanks for your time today.
Thank you, Ryan.
So tell me about what's going on in the classroom. What are you taking right now?
Well, I'm taking a lot of college classes, mostly from Snow College. I'm taking communications and art. I'm taking FCHD from USU. And then from UVU, I'm taking principles of leadership.
Are you working toward an associate's degree?
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be able to get it, but I'm trying to fit all the classes in I can.
Going to be pretty close.
Yeah. If I don't get it, I'll be a couple of credits short.
Okay, Tanner, a few others of your classmates have said they're taking FCHD, and none of them knew what those letters stood for. Do you know?
I have no idea. Something about human development.
That's so funny. What kind of classes are you most interested in? Is there a subject that you like the most?
I haven't taken a lot of these classes this year, but math, like the past couple of years, been the subjects that interest me the most. But taking all the college classes I can of that, and I think I'm kind of done with that for high school.
Do you have a plan or goals for a career? Do you know what you want to go into?
I haven't thought a ton about this, but right now I'm kind of planning to go into some kind of career in engineering, probably go to college at USU, and kind of been looking into petroleum engineering and electrical engineering, but I haven't decided for sure yet.
How did you get into engineering?
Well, my dad, in his line of work, he works a lot with engineers, and he's kind of familiar with that career field, and he thinks that'd be a good way for me to go, and I've kind of looked into it, and I took an engineering class from USU last year, and it was a lot of fun, so I'm interested in that.
Aside from athletics, anything else you're involved with at Rich High School?
Mostly just football, athletics. That's about it.
Let's talk a little bit about football. How do you feel like things are going?
I think we had a really good season. Probably lost a few more games, close games, than we were hoping to, but I think overall our season's been really successful.
Tanner, you play on the offensive line. How tall are you and what do you weigh?
I'm 6'2" and I'm about 160, so I'm smaller than a lot of the guys I'm blocking out there.
How do you, as a lineman, how do you get that leverage that you need being as tall and as skinny as you are?
Well, Coach just kind of talked to our whole line about this because that's how most of our liners were kind of a smaller line. Porter, our guy, is a left tackle. He's about my size frame, and Coach just tries to emphasize like using our speed and our agility to beat the guys we're blocking because most of the time we're not going to be able to do it with our weight and our strength.
You've been able to do that pretty well. The running game, the last 6 or 7 games has been just solid.
Yeah, I think we've been doing a lot better at that. We struggled the first year, but we just been continuing to work and practice really hard and practicing, and Coach has been kind of making some adjustments. I think we've been a lot more successful lately in that.
Last Friday, you guys, first round of the state playoffs, you blew out Monument Valley, but there was a point in that game I want to talk about, letting the other team score that touchdown. What was that like for you as a player, making that decision for the team?
Well, Coach Brown, he's done some stuff like this in the past, and so the player that they let score, he was going blind, and Coach said I think he was talking to their coach, and they said that he's going to be completely blind by next year, and he said that there's some things that just mean more than a football game, and we had one of the top defensive in Utah. We were ranked number 1, I think, the regular season, but he said things are more important than stats and for football, and the whole team agreed with this, and we thought it was the right thing to do.
What went through your mind at that point?
I was really happy for him, and I'm really glad that we did it, and happy that we have a coach that cares about stuff outside of football like that.
Very cool. A little more about football, and this weekend, the Monticello Buckaroos, a team you handled pretty well down at Monticello. You think they're going to give you a tougher game this weekend?
Coach has been kind of mentioning this in practice. We kind of blew them out the last time we went there, but I think that they're the 1A team that we had the most trouble with. They scored the most points against us out of, I think, any 1A team, and Coach has said that Monticello's coach has made a couple of adjustments with their players, so he says that we need to really focus this week in practice and not overlook them, and he said that they should be quite a bit harder than the first time we played them.
Now, last year you participated in golf. Do you plan to do that again this spring?
I've been thinking about this lately. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do this spring. I've been kind of between track and golf or just focusing on homework with all the college classes, but I haven't figured out yet.
Do you think that you'll audition for the Wizard of Oz, the school musical, this year?
Probably not. I'm not really into being in the big stage in front of a lot of people.
Let's get back to talking about the classroom and kind of you as a student. Do you have goals set for yourself academically as a senior?
One of my goals has been trying to get straight A's, and with college class, it's been kind of hard. I've been trying to put a little more effort in this year into studying. Kind of struggled with that last couple of years, but yeah, so one of my goals has just been to try to get straight A's, and I took the ACT again, trying to get a good scholarship, and just kind of working towards stuff like that, trying to get into good college and hopefully get some kind of scholarship.
Any other goals for just you as a senior? This is your final year of high school.
Well, back with sports again, it's been my goal ever since being a freshman, I guess, just to be able to take state, and that's the main goal I'm working towards right now.
Last question is, what's the best thing about being a Rich Rebel?
I love all the coaches and the teachers here. I think they all care about us individually, and they care about what happens in our life, and I really like the support from our community and the teachers and coaches, and I think that's special about this place.
Senior at Rich High School, Tanner Peterson, thanks for your time today, and best of luck getting that state championship and keeping those straight A's.
Thanks again, Ryan.
This has been Standout Students featuring senior Tanner Peterson. It's been brought to you by the town of Woodruff, Mayor Bull Holman, council members Hugh Holman, Kent Stewart, Raymond Franson, and Audrey Jessen. Next on the Zions Bank Randolph Branch halftime show, we're getting ready for the third quarter, but first we've got a special feature during our Zions Bank Randolph Branch halftime show today. We've called it Sportsmanship Trumps Stats, and we'll be back with that right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Rich Rebel football on KDQ FM 98.3 with video streaming live online at kdqradio.com.
Clean teeth, wisdom teeth, fillings, and more. Receive complete professional dental services by Dr. Sean Grohl at Comprehensive Family Dental. With offices in Randolph and Hiram, Utah, Dr. Grohl has been serving the community since 1998. New patients are always welcome. Whatever your dentistry needs, start with experience. Dr. Sean Grohl at Comprehensive Family Dental. Call for an appointment today, 435-793-2210. That's 435-793-2210.
Computer too slow? Can't get rid of those viruses? No problem. Hi, this is Wayne Booth, owner of PC Innovations in Evanston, letting you know if there is a problem with your personal or business computer, we have the solution. Stop by today or call us at 307-789-6674. We can handle all your computer needs from virus removals and cleanups to program installations and data transfers. Whatever you need, we have you covered. That's PC Innovations in Evanston at 789-6674. Call us today and get the service you need. 789-6674.
At Zions Bank in Randolph, Utah, you are always met with a smile. Our branch employs your friends and neighbors, people who have the same common goals and values you do, offering a wide selection of personal and business banking and financial services. Your friends at Zions Bank can help meet your financial needs. Visit us today, Zions Bank, the Randolph, Utah branch. We haven't forgotten who keeps us in business.
Intercepted by number 60, Tanner Peterson.
Sports, none more so than American tackle football, is staged warfare. But unlike true combat, competitive athletics reserve space for the occasional opportunity to appropriately fall on one sword. Such was the case 8 days ago in an opening round state playoff game. The Rich Rebels, then holding the state lead in scoring defense among all classifications, elected as a team to allow Monument Valley junior Avery Black to score a touchdown. That's right. In a playoff game, the Rebels, number one in State D, allowed an opposing player to score. Why, you ask, would Coach Ashley Brown's hard-nosed kids leave the vault unguarded? Why would the Rebels not jealously protect one of the rarest commodities in competitive pigskin, a postseason shutout? Why not steamroll into the semis by begging the Cougars and hold on to that number one ranking? What if I told you that both sets of coaches and players saw for 11th grader Avery Black the opportunity of a lifetime?
That ball handed straight ahead. What's his number? To number 84. Avery Black. He crosses the 15, the 10, the 5.
An opportunity for a young man whose future, while still quite hopeful, is decidedly less bright than that of any other young man on the field last Friday afternoon. Avery Black is going blind. Before he begins his senior year of high school, he will likely have lost all sight. So the Rebels put aside a noble ambition to have the best team scoring defense in all of Utah high school football and instead allowed a young man a taste, albeit bittersweet, of glory. And that, folks, regardless of what happens today or next week, is why we should all be proud of our association with this team, school, coaching staff, and group of ultra-competitive, yet highly thoughtful, classy, and generous young men. Rich Rebels, to the players, coaches, parents, teachers, and community, KADQ salutes you for reminding us that the game of football is about so much more than the game of football.
The 5, touchdown, Monument Valley.
You've been listening to the Zions Bank Randolph Branch Halftime Show here on KADQ and watching live online at KADQradio.com. We're getting set for the Town of Randolph third quarter. We want to thank our sponsor, the Town of Woodruff, for that standout student interview. And again, first half highlights brought to you by Rich County. Zions Bank Randolph Branch Halftime Show. At Zions Bank, we haven't forgotten who keeps us in business. The Rich Rebels will receive to start this third quarter action. And a low line drive, kind of a squib kick, it sails through the Rebels' front lines and back to Joseph Lakeson, who picks it up off the bounce of the 20, wrapped up about the 34-yard line and brought down. And a short return for Rich.
I was looking there to see if maybe the Buckaroos, Ryan, would try a little onside kick. You're down 4 scores. You haven't had much success moving the football. They elect to do that, as you said, squib kick.
And it almost looked like they were trying to kick it at one of the Rebels like what Rich did in that
Return
first
the
half.
favor.
Didn't work for them, and Rebels will start from their own 34-yard line, a 1st and 10. Our source in the locker room said Coach Ashley Brown, was getting on his team a little bit to focus in and finish this game. Don't let up. Here's Coach Coy Brown, pitches to Cash Saby, and the Rebels open up a huge hole. Saby across the 45 to the 50 before he's wrapped up and brought down. Saby over 100 yards in this game now. That one from the 34 to the 49 is 15 yards. Make it 17 yards.
In Watergate, the source was Deep Throat. Here it's Deep Beehive, our source at the half.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, AP, but thank you for that comment. The average starting field position in the first half for the Rebels, the Monticello 47. Average starting field position for Monticello in that first half, their own 25-yard line. That's been a huge difference today. Rebels are 1st and 10. And Brown takes the snap, pitch to Leifson. He'll bounce it outside to the 45. Around the corner, the 40 wrapped up and brought down, drugged down, and a nice tackle. It looked like Eldridge out there on the tackle. Leifson picks up about 11, though, and that'll move the chains again for the Rebels. First down brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental and Dr. Sean Grohl.
And that play, Ryan, is a microcosm of this game. The Rebels getting big chunks of yards, but a nice tackle and playing hard Monticello. But when you're giving up 11 a pop, that's why it's 26-0.
So a first down and 10 again for the Rich Rebels. They've run 2 plays on this possession, 2 first downs. 3 in the backfield, snap, pitch to Saby, bounce it outside to the 35, and well pursued by Thomas Anderson of the Monticello Buckaroos.
And they strung that one out, did the Buckaroo defense, and that's one of the few times that the Rebels have been unable to impose their will with this vaunted ground game attack.
Rebels did pick up 4 on the carry, so I have Cash Saby now with 12 carries, 114 yards in this football game. This season, those 114 yards will put Saby at right about 900 yards rushing this year. Give to Saby right up the middle, hit immediately, drives forward, and Leifson, despite his smaller size, he is very strong. I'm told he's maybe the strongest player on the team. Drives through the tackle to the 30, a gain of 4, and now it's a 3rd and short.
And a nice job of lunging forward as he was hit to pick up an extra 1.5 yards.
So down to the 30-yard line, and the Rebels have a 3rd and 2. 3 in the backfield, Leifson, Clark, and Jarman. Give to Leifson off the right side, spins away from one tackle inside the 25 to about the 23. An easy first down. Not necessarily easy, but it is another first down for the Rebels.
And if there was any disappointment or concern at the half from Coach Brown, I think the Rebels are doing a good job of alleviating that so far with a nice-looking drive.
That first down is brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental and Dr. Sean Grohl. Rebels move the chains again in Monticello territory at the 23. The snap, pitch to Jarman, starts inside, goes back out, then back into the 20, the 15, to the 10, and he trips up. He drags Malloy forward for an extra 4 yards to the 6 and goes down there with another Rebel first down.
First down and goal now, Ryan, for the Rebels as they continue to pound on the ground. Nothing fancy, just good old-fashioned football with a little bit of misdirection with that 3-back set.
Mitch Jarman running hard today. He's only had 2 carries. One, he broke through a face mask for a touchdown. That one, he broke about 3 tackles down to the 6-yard line, a 1st and goal for Rich. The snap, the give to Jarman up the middle, and he drives into the defense for a gain of 2 or 3 down near the 3-yard line.
Beautiful looking field here at Elizabeth D. Shaw Stewart Stadium. Say that 10 times fast.
No, thank you. Rebels lead 26-0 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard with just under 9 left in this 3rd quarter, brought to you by the town of Randolph. A 2nd and goal on the south end zone for the Rebels with 3 in the backfield. Here's the snap, pitch to Jarman, and a flag and a whistle, and they're going to blow it dead, a false start on the Rebels, and that is Rich's 7th penalty of this football game. If you're not up 26-0, that's a big concern.
Yeah, and you were kind of half kidding earlier about running some stairs and whatnot at practice this coming week. Obviously, you don't want to tire yourself out before a potential state championship game, but I'm sure there'll be a lot of chalk talk and a lot of words expressed by Coach Brown and his staff.
So now a 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line after that penalty. Jarman, Clark, and Leifson in the backfield. Here's the snap. Give to Clark up the middle. Big hole, touchdown. No, my goodness, almost untouched as Clark gets the handoff up the middle and goes for the score. 8 yards and a touchdown.
I guess if you're Clark Ryan, you'd rather have an 8-yard touchdown run than a 3-yard touchdown run.
Padding the stats, AP. That's like throwing it off the backboard to yourself for the dunk. the assist and the rebound.
You've done that in some video games, I know, and some dreams that you've told your.
I did that in the office the other day. We have that hoop hanging on the door. Rebels a big lead, just got bigger, 32-0 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard. And we're going to attempt the extra point here. Jarman the snap, Brown the hold. The kick is up. It's short, but it is good, just long enough. And the Rebels kick the extra point through. That's Joseph Leifson. Rich leads 33-0 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard with 8:24 left to go in this Town of Randolph third quarter. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Rebel football on KDQ FM 98.3 with video online at kdqradio.com.
This Cook Brothers Broadcasting presentation of Rich High School Sports at mylocalradio.com is also being brought to you by these Rich High Rebel boosters. Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot for all your leather needs, custom work and repairs. See Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot serving the Bear River Valley. By Circle H Land and Cattle, Chris, Michelle, Isaac, Emily, Julia, Sydney, and Mitch Hopkin, supporting the Rich High Rebels. Circle H Land and Cattle.
Well, when Rich played at Monticello, Kyler Clark had 14 carries, 119 yards. He hasn't had near the carries, but he's got 21 yards on 4 carries and that touchdown just moments ago that put the Rebels up 33-0 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard. Bear Lake Physical Therapy kickoff. Leifson kicks it deep. Malloy takes it and hands it off to, I believe that's Torres going to the far side. Rebels are all over that. Torres gets out across the 20, and then he's knocked down about the 22.
And you can see, Ryan, the desperation that Monticello is appropriately showing. You're down 33-0. Your season is hanging by less than a thread, and you're trying the old reverse on the kickoff. But as you mentioned, Rich not buying what Monticello is trying to cleverly sell, and the Buckaroos going to start 78 yards away from pay dirt.
Speaking of 78 yards away, again, if you missed it, the average starting field position in that first half, Monticello from their own 25, Rich from the Monticello 47. Monticello I formation. Malloy gives right up the middle to Anderson. His first carry of the ball game, or second rather, and it's another short one. He actually pulled and pushed his way forward for about 3 to the 25-yard line. When the Rebels played at Monticello a couple of weeks ago, or about a month and a half ago, Anderson actually was the leading rusher in the game. He had 67 yards, I believe, on 8 or 9 carries.
This is my first time seeing the Rebels this year. Very, very impressed with their run defense.
In that first half, Monticello 5 yards on the ground. I formation again on a 2nd and 7. Malloy takes the snap, throws it out to the far side. Mitch Jarman knocks it loose. I think that was a backwards throw.
It absolutely was. And that ball, Ryan, going to be spotted at the 10-yard line. Poorly executed play there by the Buckaroos.
Malloy threw it out there, and I think he was going for Eldridge out toward the flat. He had to throw it quick. Jarman, great penetration, tipped that ball. It sails backwards out of bounds at the 10.
And how fortunate are the Buckaroos that oblong ball didn't stay in bounds. Rich could have had a scoop for 6.
That's a big loss on the play. Essentially counts as a fumble and a loss back to the 10-yard line. So a 3rd down and 22 now for the Buckaroos. And they'll put Eldridge alone in the backfield with trips out to the near side. Malloy under center. Takes the snap, steps back. A little pressure coming from the outside. He'll try to run away from it and now throws it, loses the football, and again it bounces its way out of bounds. And Monticello dodges another little bullet there as the ball goes out of play.
There's a popular national chain, TGIF, thank God it's Friday. If you're Monticello, thank God for sidelines, as the last 2 plays would have been 6 points for Rich had the ball not bounced out of play.
Minus 19 yards on those last 2, what I'm just going to call fumbles. That's essentially what they are. And so Monticello now in the shadows of their own goalposts, as you'd say. We're going to punt this one away. Black, 5 yards deep in his own end zone. A low line drive punt. Bounces at the 33 and takes a nice Monticello bounce to the 45. Still rolling at about the 47-yard line. That's the best punt we've seen all day out of Monticello.
And it's ironic that on the best punt of the day, the ball landed, Ryan, at the first down marker up at the 32. Then, as you said, did take, fortunately for the Buckaroos, a Monticello bounce. But Rich will scrimmage, will snap it from the Buckaroo 47-yard line in firm control on their way to a state title game, up 33-0 midway through the third quarter.
And that right there, the 47 of Monticello, has been the average starting field position for Rich in this football game. Third quarter, 16 left in the third quarter. Football on the far side hash. Rebels going left to right from our view. Here's the pitch to Saby. Big hole. Cuts against the grain to the 40. Tripped up, but keeps his feet to the 35. Drives forward to the 33 before he's brought down. Saby will move the chains, and you see the kind of blocking he gets on that outside as he comes around the corner with the pitch. And I think I could have picked up 3 or 4 yards on that run.
Absolutely great blocking. Another thing, I want to talk about the work ethic of these kids and just people in general in Rich County, Utah. It is a hard-nosed place, coldest place in Utah, and these kids really get after it. They fight and work very, very hard.
14 yards on the run by Saby puts him at 128 in the football game by my stats. Unofficial. Here's the snap and the give to Jarman this time. Sidesteps one tackle, lowers the shoulder, drives forward inside the 30 to the 26, but a flag back at the 33.
I don't know if we've got a hold or was that maybe a face mask late. Let's see.
The flag is in the area where you'll often see that holding called, and Rich is retreating as it's a block in the back on the Rebels. That's 8 penalties now. 3 of those have been blocks in the back.
And I think that was a block in the back, Ryan. It was so obvious the official had to call it, but I don't think it made a lot of difference on the play. It's one of those unfortunate situations for Rich where if the guy had just done nothing, it wouldn't have affected the play, but it's going to cost him 10 yards from the spot all the way back to the 44.
And I have the Rebels with 65 yards of penalties on 8 infractions. 3 in the backfield. Here's the snap. Pitch to Riker Rex in there now. Breaks one tackle, trying to dance his way forward. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard beyond that, but not much more.
And they're going to give him 1 yard. And great job on the pursuit to the outside by this scrappy Monticello team. Neither one of these teams, obviously, is 1A football, going to have a tremendous amount of size, but comparatively, our source that we alluded to at the half says that Monticello a lot smaller there in terms of the eye test.
Rebels a second down and a long ways to go. 20 yards to go from the Monticello 43. 3 in the backfield. Here's the snap. Give up the middle to Jarman. Big hole initially. Drives forward. Wrapped up. Keeps churning those feet and goes back to the original line of scrimmage on this possession, on this set of downs at the 33-yard line. A gain of 10 for Jarman.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the big hole. Great job of firing off the line, the left side of the offensive front there. For the Rebels, the big uglies doing a tremendous job.
Those big uglies, Porter Argyle, Winston Ames, Ryland Franson, Riley Smith, Tanner Peterson. Undersized for linemen, Porter Argyle, Tanner Peterson, both above 6 foot tall. But boy, they're doing a great job. 3 in the backfield again for Rebels. The Rebels on a 3rd down and 10, and a jump movement from both sides.
I think we've got encroachment.
Cornea went down into his stance, and the Buckaroos kind of jumped at that moment. They get across that neutral zone. It is going to be encroachment, and instead of a 3rd and 10, now it's a 3rd and 5. Suddenly, a 1st and 20, and the Rebels have a very manageable 3rd and 5.
Absolutely. You love to turn 1st and 20s into 3rd and 5s. You'll take that every time.
That's just Monticello's second penalty of the game that's been marched off or stepped off. Here's the snap. Give to Jarman. 1st down up inside the 25 to the 20, and he's finally wrapped up by a gang of Buckaroos and brought down about the 19.
Once again, Ryan, Rich inside the Buckaroos red zone. It's where they've essentially lived the entire day with all the points they put on the board and the tremendous field position. As we approach 17 minutes left in the game, 33-0 Rebels.
Rebels, Mitch Jarman, 10 carries on each of his last, or 10 yards on each of his last 2 carries. He's the one back there with Rex and Clark in the backfield. Here's the snap. Give to Jarman. Coming to this near side. Bounces outside. He's got one block, one man to beat inside the 10 to the 5, and he's wrapped up and brought down about the 4 as Jarman continues to run hard, getting some late season carries. He's going to be, between him and Clark next year, they're going to carry the load for the Rebels.
And how nice is it to be advancing to the state title game and developing next season's tailback all in one fell swoosh, a gain of 15.
I should mention Riker Rex in that mix as well, as the Rebels should be pretty set in the backfield next year. Coming back to this one, Rich leading 33-0. Here's the snap from the 4. Give to Jarman, dancing his way forward to about the 2-yard line before the defense collapses and brings him down. So Jarman picks up 2, and he now has 7 carries, 61 yards in the game by my stats. Again, unofficial, but I know I'm within a few yards here or there.
You go to the Wikipedia page, Rich County, 2,700 people. Maybe 10% of the county is in Ogden today.
That's right. Good group of fans here for the Rich Rebels, who face now a 2nd and goal. Give to Jarman up the middle. Not much room. He steps to the outside, dives forward. Touchdown, Rebels. And put another one on the scoreboard. The Rebels lead 39-0 in the semifinals of the state playoffs. I thought this was going to be a closer game than it's turned out to be. The Rebels really coming ready to play all 3 quarters so far.
Ryan, is this a state semifinal or is this a state steamrolling? I'm not sure which one it is.
Good question. Mitch Jarman scores his 2nd touchdown of the day, that one from 2 yards out, and he now has 63 yards on 8 carries, 2 scores. Joseph Leifson comes in off the sideline to kick the extra point, and this one off the upright and out. Left upright, and makes that thing shake. PAT is no good. And I was bragging about Leifson earlier today, saying he'd only, I think, missed 3 extra point attempts all season. He's missed 3 today, but inconsequential as the Rebels lead 39-0 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard. 3:37 left in the third. Stay tuned. We're going to take a quick break and be back with a Bear Lake Physical Therapy kickoff right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Rich Rebel football on KEDQ FM 98.3 with video streaming live online at KEDQradio.com.
The character of a town can be seen in its children. Rich High School has a strong pioneer heritage that has been passed down from generation to generation. In Randolph, Utah, we believe in sportsmanship, hard work, and dedication. Mayor Lynn Weston and the Town Council wish the Rich High Rebels good luck. Randolph, Utah. Hardy people that love their town and their neighbors.
Well, I think from the kickoff on, we're going to have a running clock the rest of the way as the Rebels lead 39-0 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard here at Weber State University Stewart Stadium. Leifson to kick off. The Bear Lake Physical Therapy kickoff is high and pretty deep, fielded about the 5-yard line by Torres. Up across the 15 to the 20, hesitates, and then wrapped up and brought down at the 23. Looking for a wedge there, couldn't find it, and the Buckaroos will start from their own 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. 3 minutes, 23 seconds.
And I think generally that running clock will start after the kick return. Or nope, excuse me, it starts right now.
Yeah, they start that running clock once the ball is set, and it's on its way. So we're down to 3:13 left in this third quarter, brought to you by the town of Randolph. Monticello with one in the backfield. That's Eldridge. Malloy under center. A little bit of a longer count. Now takes the snap, rolls to his right, looking to throw. Pressure coming. Now he does throw, and it's almost picked off. Jarman step for step with Torres. And Malloy, fortunate that fell incomplete.
I hope Jarman lives to be 98 years old, but I'm sure that he's going to be thinking about that many, many times. The opportunity to just walk one in for a pick six in the state semifinal.
Jarman last year had a one-handed pick. It went up high in the air and pulled it down in a very important portion of the game, or the season last year. And he's made much tougher catches than that one he did not make. 2nd down and 10 now for Monticello. Eldridge alone in the backfield. Rebels showing some pressure. Saby now backs off from the linebacker. The pass out to the far side is caught. Rames Cornea steps up and makes the tackle. And a gain of about 5 for Alma Bay. Cornea there on the coverage did a pretty nice job once that catch was made to get in there and make the tackle.
Obviously, this one long ago left the area of in doubt. Now the Rebels want to put a goose egg, a bagel up in the postseason semifinal.
Out to the 30-yard line. It's a 3rd down and 4 now for Monticello after that 6-yard pass and catch. Malloy, the snap, pressure coming up the middle, and Saby just couldn't quite get him. He sprints out to the far side, reaches forward, and I think he stepped out before he could get to that 1st down. Credit Cole Eldridge there for saving his quarterback. He saw Saby just shooting up the middle and knocked him loose, or knocked him away from Malloy.
And you saw the white hat. I think, God's witness, Ryan, had it been a closer game, you would have seen a hold on the lineman there from Monticello. But when you've got a running clock, 39-0, you're not looking to throw the laundry unless it's completely obvious.
Third quarter action is brought to you by the town of Randolph, and we're down to a minute and a half left in this third quarter. Malloy under center on a 4th and 2. Buckaroos going for it. Steps back, looking to throw. Pressure comes. He tucks it and runs, and he'll pick it up, I believe, out across the 40 or the 35. He needed 3. He picked up about, or needed 2. He picked up about 3.5 or 4. They're going to spot it at the 37. So that is a 5-yard gain for Malloy.
And again, that's a great job by Malloy and a generous spot there by the officials given the situation.
39-0 Rebels lead here in this third quarter on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. A minute left to go in the third. Trips to the near side. Malloy under center. Eldridge alone in the backfield. Here's the snap. Malloy back looking to throw. Pressure coming. He'll tuck, try to step up. Not going anywhere. Winston Ames got to him first. Lincoln Huffner and Ryland Franson and Wyatt Muirbrook were not far behind. And Malloy goes down back at the 33.
And Ames just took dead set aim and drilled Malloy into the ground. Great job of beating his man and then punishing the quarterback into this modern field turf playing material.
Down under 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. Rebels leading 39-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. A second down, and we'll call it 14 for the Buckaroos. Trips to the far side. Malloy steps back, looking to throw. Throws deep down this near sideline, and caught, and a flag flies. 2 flags fly as Torres makes the catch. Wallentine came over from the free safety position and just had the ball sail over his fingertips as he tried to make the play. Cornea was on the coverage.
I think we're going to have here is a tremendous catch even against pass interference.
It is pass interference against the Rebels. So Malloy completes that one from their own 33 all the way down to the Rebel 35 for 32 yards on the completion. Malloy now with 65 yards passing in the game. And was it Torres that made that catch? Number 21? No, it was 12, Brian Tanner. And now a whistle.
Into the quarter.
Oh, thank you. End of the quarter. Rebels lead 39-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Stay tuned. Fourth quarter action brought to you by Bear Lake Realty is coming up. That third quarter was brought to you by the town of Randolph. Mayor Lynn Weston, board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Bridget Pugmire, Larry Kennedy, and clerk Lana Peart. Fourth quarter coming up right after this on the Big O Tires of Evanston presentation. Rich Rebel football on KDQ FM 98.3. Video online at kdqradio.com.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
If you or your friends are looking for a home or vacation home at beautiful Bear Lake, you don't have to wait any longer to live your dream. Bear Lake Realty has properties in every price range. Relax. Create memories for generations to come in your home or vacation home at one of the most beautiful lakes on earth. It all starts with a phone call. We will help you find the perfect home for you and your family. Call today, Gary McKee at Bear Lake Realty. 435-946-8888 or go to bearlakerealty.com.
Coming back quickly to start this Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter, the Eldridge lines up out in the slot. He comes in motion, gets the handoff, and picks up a couple of yards down to the Rebel 33-yard line. I have Eldridge now with 6 carries, 8 yards in the football game, as that run defense for the Rich Rebels has been just absolutely stifling today against the Buckaroos. Second down and 8. Eldridge alone in the backfield. Here's the snap. Malloy, long drop back, throws down the sideline, and incomplete, but some more flags fly. Rames Cornea again on the coverage there. I think he didn't turn his back, or he had his back turned to the ball, did not turn to play the ball.
Yeah, and I think we may have even seen the defensive back with his hands on the receiver before the ball got there. If you're a Rich Rebels fan and you're looking to secure that shutout, Ryan. The good thing is it's not the NFL. It's not a spot foul. It's just 15 yards.
So from the 33-yard line was the line of scrimmage. They'll spot that down to the 18, I believe. And that's 15 yards. And now Joseph Leifson will come back in at cornerback in place of Cornea, as the Buckaroos have a 1st and 10 at the Rebel 18. Malloy under center. Quick snap, give to Eldridge on the quick trap up the middle. He picks up a few, bowls his way forward inside the 15.
And now we do have some drama, Mr. Steinekert, as bad as Rich wants to keep that shutout streak going, an effective shutout last week. Monticello's got a lot of pride. They want to get on the board.
5-yard gain for Eldridge down to the 13-yard line of the Rebels. 10 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in this Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. Rebels lead 39-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Malloy takes the snap, give to Eldridge right up the middle, breaks a quick tackle and dives inside the 10 to the 9, about a yard shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd and short.
Obviously, without saying, it's 4-down territory here for Monticello. They got a 3rd and short inside the Rebels 10, so effectively 6 snaps, if you will, to get on the board for the Buckaroos.
That trap has suddenly opened up a little bit. They haven't run it a whole lot today. They ran it with a lot of success a month and a half ago when Rich played at Monticello. I formation now in the backfield. Here's a snap, give to Eldridge up the middle. He's got the first down and more inside the 5 to the 4 before he was wrapped up and brought down. And that real quick hit run has opened things up a little bit for Monticello.
There's some power football here by the Buckaroos. I'd imagine that Rich has a number of substitutes in there, but that's taken nothing away from Monticello.
Eldridge listed at 5'6", 167, a little bowling ball. It's a 1st and goal at the 4. He'll get the snap and take the handoff. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Monticello. As I say bowling ball, he kind of bounces around in there, breaks a tackle or two, and bounces into the end zone for 6.
That's a great job of bouncing off that initial hit. We may have even run into his own man, but kept going in the right direction. Only had 4 yards to go. Broke the goal line there, and importantly for Monticello, for the pride of their program momentum for next year, Ryan, they do get on the scoreboard.
They're going to line up to kick the extra point. I believe it's Talon Black who does the extra point, the place kicking. McCade Malloy holds. Black kicks. It's a kind of a short one to the left side, and no good. Shanked it off to the left, and so the Rebels give up the touchdown and lead 39-6 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. The clock will stop while we have teams over on the sidelines for huddles. We'll take a quick timeout as well. Back right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Rebel Football on KDQ FM 98.
Tires of Evanston has the buying power to bring you great prices on tires and the people power to make sure you drive away happy. No matter what you drive, big or small, the professionals at Big O Tires in Evanston will help you choose the tires that are right for you. From performance tires to durable economy tires to exact match OEM tires, we have the tires you're looking for.
Big O Tires, 607 West Cheyenne Drive in Evanston, 307-789-1130.
Monticello puts together a very nice drive, starting from their own 24-yard line, aided by a pass interference penalty, and they put 6 on the board. Rebels still lead 39-6. Now they're going to try the onside kick, fielded and straight to the ground. Great heads-up play by Rich Rebel Sean House, number 44. A flag also flew, and it may be an offside against Monticello, but House fielded it, did the smart thing, goes straight to the ground.
You're right. Double heads up by House, being ready for it, number 1. And number 2, don't try to be a hero. Don't try to run it back. The game is secure. The only thing that can give Monticello any kind of momentum is a foolish fumble after you get it. Hit the deck, take a knee. That's what they did. We'll see what this penalty is as we sort things out.
Now House went down right about midfield, just on the Rebel side of the 50. Big discussion conference there for the officials, and I'm interested to see what this is based on the time and discussion that's happening here to figure this out. 9 minutes, 8 seconds left to go in this one. Fourth quarter action brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. A false start, illegal procedure. I guess not a false start, illegal procedure against Monticello. That will be declined, and the Rebels have a 1st and 10 from the 50.
Yeah, the illegal formation, I know recently at the college level and probably at the high school level as well, they've changed some things up in terms of the number of guys you can have on one side. That may have been what that is there, but obviously you decline it. As Rich does, you take the football.
So Rich with a 1st and 10. Coy Brown still in there at quarterback. We'll have Clark Jarman and Riker Rex in the backfield. Rex gets the pitch, and he has no room to run. Perfectly covered by Cole Eldridge and that Monticello defense, no gain.
I really like the fact that Monticello is still scraping and fighting hard. A lesser team would have phoned it in, dialed it in, and gone down without a fight. These kids working very, very hard, and you tip your cap to them, wish them well, as their season will end in 8 minutes, 37 seconds.
And for the Rich Rebels, Mitch Jarman heads for the sideline. Sean House into the football game, number 44, if you're watching online at kdqradio.com. Here's the snap. Brown spins, gives to Rex up the middle, and Rex this time gets a good hole, drives forward for a 4 or 5 yards near the 45-yard line. Looks like they'll spot it just outside the 45. A gain of 4 for Rex, and it's a 3rd and 6 now for Rich.
It'll be interesting to see next week, I would bet, even though we're going to be several hundred miles further to the south, if we can have any kind of weather approaching this beautiful afternoon today.
A year ago, the state championship game, there was snow on the ground. Between timeouts, the crews were out there clearing snow off the field. Beautiful day here today as the Rebels take their time to get down in the stance, and we have, I think, another encroachment against Monticello, which will give the Rebels a 3rd and very short, maybe less than a yard to go. We have had a beautiful day here in Ogden. Kickoff temperatures was right in the low 50s, and currently we've got to be around 55, 60 degrees with very little wind. Comfortable temperatures here in Ogden. Rebels with that encroachment penalty against Monticello. That's Monticello's 3rd penalty of the game is all. Rebels a 3rd and less than a yard to go. 3 in the backfield. Brown takes the snap, fakes the pitch. Now does pitch. He was looking to pitch a different way. Everybody else, he was looking, it looked like to pitch left. All the running backs went to the right.
Yeah, that was a Chinese fire drill out there, and he's very fortunate he didn't pitch it to the blitzing linebacker, Ryan, and even more fortunate that it's not a 1 or 2 possession game. But that was ugly.
It's a loss of 5 on the pitch to Sean House. He took the pitch, tried to cut upfield, and just slipped to the ground.
But despite that being a broken play and an ugly play, you're getting a lot of kids, a lot of quality snaps in a very important game. It augurs well not only for next week, but next year.
Back to the 45-yard line, a loss of 4, and now the Rebels with a 4th down and 5 will line up to punt this one away. 6 minutes, 58 seconds left to go in the ball game. Wallentine, who's been great all year punting, gets off a high shanked punt. It does not even travel 10 yards, bounces at about the 39. A Monticello bounce, and the Rebels field it at about the 43.
While the Rebels have put on a defensive clinic today, Ryan, neither team has put on a kicking clinic, be it with punts or extra points. But if you're Rich, all that matters right now is that scoreboard. 39-6, 33-point lead, just over half a quarter to go until Rich officially in the state finals.
So Monticello 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line with 6 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. Malloy will bring Torres in motion, give to Torres, coming to this side, and he tries to cut upfield, no room to go. And actually, I think that was Eldridge on the carry across the 42, maybe the 43, and I'm 0 for 2. It was Parker Lewis on the carry.
The 3rd time's the charm, Steinekert, and great pursuit there by the Rebels as their defense continues to play very, very hard. They've given up that 1 score. They do not want to give up 2.
No, I don't think so. We got still some, I think the Rebel starters are still in there. A 2nd down and 9 now. Here's the snap. Malloy stops, throws over the middle, and it's caught. Quick hit. Alma Bay holds on at the 40 and down to the Rebel 38-yard line on a nice pass and catch.
Yeah, great job, as you mentioned, by Bay. Not only with the catch, he knew he was going to take some punishment and got sardine sandwiched between a couple of Rebels and still managed to squirm forward for another yard or so. Great job there. Also on the pass protection by the Buckaroos.
18 yards on the pass to Alma Bay. And now Monticello with a fresh set of downs in Rebel territory, the 39-yard line. 5.5 left to go in this football game. I formation. Malloy fakes the pitch, hands it off to Eldridge, breaks 1 tackle, bounces outside, and drives the pile forward. Boy, the Rebels had him wrapped up about the 38, and he just drives them down inside the 35 to the 34.
Yeah, great job of running there. I thought the Rebels would drop him for, at worst, no gain, but he kept those thighs and feet churning and picked up 5. It looks like we've got an injured Rebel here, Ryan, hobbling off the field.
That's Lincoln Huffner favoring that right leg, and a couple of his teammates help him off. Down to the 34-yard line. We'll try to keep an eye on Huffner as he sits on the bench, and we'll have a trainer attend to him. Trips to the far side on a 2nd down and 5 for Monticello. Malloy fakes the pass, steps back, throws now, and he's got his man wide open. Caught! Touchdown, Monticello. Wallenstein makes the tackle at the goal line, but not in time, and Andrew Torres in for the score from 34 yards out. Monticello coming alive with some offense late with 4:58 left to go. That'll stop the clock.
And as disappointing as that is for Rich, Ryan, if you're Monticello, you're asking yourself, where was that the first 3.5 quarters? Well, we know where it was a couple of times, just off the fingertips.
Torres now with that catch, that touchdown reception, has 9 touchdown receptions this season. Here's the extra point attempt. This time Black boots it through, and Monticello has scored 13 unanswered points. It's 39-13 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. 4:45 left to go in this one. Bear Lake Physical Therapy fourth quarter action continues when we come back on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Rebel football on KDQ FM 98.3 with video streaming live online at kdqradio.com.
The character of a town can be seen in its children. Rich High School has a strong pioneer heritage that has been passed down from generation to generation. In Randolph, Utah, we believe in sportsmanship, hard work, and dedication. Mayor Lynn Weston and the Town Council wish the Rich High Rebels good luck. Randolph, Utah. Hardy people that love their town and their neighbors.
Well, that Rebel defense getting a little bit porous here late. I think it's going to be too little too late for the Buckaroos, but 13 unanswered points for Monticello. And McCade Malloy has completed, I think, 4 of his last 5 pass attempts. His last 4 consecutive pass attempts have been for completions. Now the onside kick attempt. It's loose, and the Buckaroos have it. Now, you can't advance an onside kick when the kicking team fields it, but Andrew Torres, it skipped off a Rebel hand and it just took a bounce right into his chest.
On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being a perfect onside kick, that was about a 17.5. Adroitly executed, perfectly placed off that hop, and then falls right into the belly of the Buckaroo. They've got it. They'll snap it from the Rebels' 49.
39-13. Rebels lead on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels thought they had this one in hand. They've let up just a little bit, and Monticello has not. They're battling to the last second. 4:20 left to go on a running clock. Malloy waiting, and now a timeout on the field. Rich Rebels will take a timeout. 4:17 left to go in this football game on the Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. Visit bearlakerealty.com. Timeout on the field. We'll take a quick one as well. Be back right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Rebel football on KDQ FM 98.3 with video streaming live online at kdqradio.com.
If you or your friends are looking for a home or vacation home at beautiful Bear Lake, you don't have to wait any longer to live your dream. Bear Lake Realty has properties in every price range. Relax. Create memories for generations to come in your home or vacation home at one of the most beautiful lakes on earth. It all starts with a phone call. We will help you find the perfect home for you and your family. Call today, Gary McKee at Bear Lake Realty. 435-946-8888 or go to bearlakerealty.com.
Malloy out of the shotgun, throws deep down the field. Lakeson picks it off at the 10. And that may be the end of the hopes of the Monticello Buckaroos. I'm not happy with what Wyatt Muirbrook down on the ground here back after he tried to make a hit on Malloy. He is still down, showing that he's in some pain. But Joseph Leifson, a big interception down about the 9-yard line. And we're going to keep an eye on Muirbrook.
Yeah, that's really the bigger story now, as even if the Buckaroos had throwing a touchdown pass there. This one is squarely, Ryan, as you mentioned during the break, in the books for Rich because of that running clock. But obviously Rich will play next week. And at the single A level with rosters thin as they are, you need each and every one of your top contributors to be available.
An injury timeout on the field. We'll take one as well and be back right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Rich Rebel football on KDQ FM 98.3 with video streaming live online at kdqradio.com.
First impressions matter. When you want to stand out, uniquely brand your business, organization, or team with help from Old West Design inside My Favorite Things at 164 Front Street. Create a professional image with uniforms, golf shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, decals, keychains, koozies, coffee mugs, and more. Manager Natalie Willie Lively and Old West Design help winners dress for success. Inside My Favorite Things, Old West Design, 164 Front Street, Evanston.
Yeah. Well, the Rebels with the interception and taking over 1st and 10 from their own 9-yard line, under 4 to go, leading 39-13 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard. Here's the snap. Gives to Riker. Rex up the middle, dances forward, picks his way across the 15 to the 18, and a nice 8 or 9-yard gain for Riker Rex. And here's some good news. Lincoln Huffner, he was helped off the field earlier. He's back out there now helping block. Wyatt Muirbrook, meanwhile, he went down. He was in some pain. He's back over on the sideline, standing on his own, hoping that it's just got dinged up. And, I mean,
huge news. Next week is going to be a much closer game, I guarantee you.
Riker Rex with 9 yards on that gain. Now the Rebels a 2nd down and 1, and they're going to milk every second they can as Brown, a junior quarterback, keeps his eye on that back judge looking for the play clock. Here's a snap, give to Rex off the far side, and he's outside the 20, the 25, and a nice gain for Rex and a 1st down.
Ryan, this is a Rich Rebels club that you know better than I. The last 4 seasons been eliminated by Duchesne.
That's right.
The Rebs may be eliminated next week. We certainly hope they're not, but it won't be by Duchesne. They've already bowed out.
Duchesne lost last week to Kanab in Duchesne, which made it a little bit more surprising. The Eagles, after 4 consecutive state championships, lose in the quarterfinals to a very solid Kanab team who will take on Diamond Ranch in the other semifinal game as soon as this one is over. 2:27 left to go. Rebels a 1st and 10, and now a flag flies. I think it's a delay of game. Rebels took too long in the huddle. It is a delay of game, and that's the Rebels' 10th penalty in this ball game.
It's only appropriate that the Rebels hit double figures, as that will give Coach Brown another part of the bully pulpit this week of practice to really get after these guys.
The Rebels will just step back 5 yards and line up to run the same play they had called. And this time they'll, with that running clock, they can still run off a bunch more, 20, 30, 25 seconds off that clock. Without the running clock, it stops there.
You would think that on a delay of game they would stop it.
Here's the snap. Nick Wallenstein in there, gives it to Sean House.
Fumble.
It's fumbled, but I think House fell back on it. Rebels trying to get some solid experience in there for some of those JV kids. And they've gone backwards with the penalty and then with that fumble. But the Rebels do recover it. So it'll be 2nd down and about 16 now.
I think this running clock rule needs to be revisited. If you get it back under 35, if you will, it should stop. It's really difficult for Monticello at this point.
If the clock had, if it stops for them once they get under 35, they may have been able to battle back into this one. Rebels with 3 in the backfield. Wallenstein's going to wait every last second again. Now gets the line set up, takes the snap, give to House near side across the 20, and picks his way out to the 23-yard line with 1:07 left to go in the football game. Rebels leading 39-13 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard. This one all but in the books. House picks up 3.
This should be the last snap.
Rebels will take their time, send in a couple of more players. Hunter Trineri, Chase Wood onto the field for this, what is likely to be the final snap of this semifinal football game. Wallenstein under center takes the snap, and he'll coming to this near side for a short gain to, again, Sean House out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 2. which will bring up a 4th and 10, but we're down to 25 seconds left on the game clock.
That's it.
39-13, the Rebels with the lead on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. There's the whistle. Coach Brown out on the field clapping for his team, who just advanced for the third consecutive season to the state championship, where this time they will not face the Duchesne Eagles. The Rebels win 39-13 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard over the Monticello Buckaroos. Buckaroos scored the final 13 of this game, but it wasn't enough. Now again, that state championship game will be next Saturday, 1 p.m. at Southern Utah University in Cedar City. We'll have the game for you on KEDQ-FM 98.3, and you can listen to that one online at KEDQradio.com.
You know anybody who went to Southern Utah?
My wife went there. That's where I met her, actually. 39-13, the final score. Rich Rebels win in the semifinals over the Monticello Buckaroos. Stay tuned. Post-game show's coming up right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Rich Rebel football on KEDQ-FM 98.3.